finally back para sa University Alliance Cup and nandito na tayo para sa ating second series for today. And that's gonna be Exceed Crusaders versus Atomos Haribons mula sa pamantasan ng lungsod na Maynila laban sa Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan. Mga tropa natin, yung may Taylor buff, andito na naman ako.
Meron bang Desi buff? Lahat ng mga predict
Desi mo yung kabila.
Ako ang mga XU-on galing Mindanao. Kaibigan ko yung president ng XU-AdC Crusaders, si Chotaro. Shoutout sa'yo, pare. Pero, the Atomos Haribons, repeat sila dito eh. Itong match na to ay isang rematch between these two teams. They faced off sa simula ng Division B Season 3. Ang scoreline noon, Atomos Haribons won 13-3. So let's see. Kasi Exceed has had an amazing run back in the lower bracket. Undefeated sila so far. That's why they're here. Facing off for the final slot day. It's our final day. It's our fifth and final day for Div B. Oh my gosh. Exciting
I've always seen these guys na whenever I cast, no? All the way from those times na yung talagang lumalaban sila pagdating sa bracket na meron tayo.
Yeah.
And laging naglalabas ng Taylor buff na papel. And lagi silang nananalo. Although, notorious tong team na to na parang first 5 rounds napupunta sa kabilang kalaban. So medyo may pakaba factor kumbaga para sa mga teams na meron tayo dito. Especially with Exceed Crusaders right here. But with Atomos Haribons, your Bessie buff versus Taylor buff, dito magkakaalaman kung ano nga ba ang mangyayari.
Tignan nga natin, Ma'am Terror. Well, the PLM Atomos Haribons, they are veterans, much more senior in terms of experience against the Exceed Crusaders. Of course, they did make it to the promotionals last season, so they're looking to make their own return. Yung rivalry nga nila against FEU Apex Tamrocks. We saw it last week. Same team that knocked them down to the lower bracket. Let's see if they will get their revenge sa promotional tournament. But for our maps, we can see it on the screen now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be starting things off with Ascent na naman. It is going to be a comfort pick here for the side of PLM. Tignan natin. Siyempre, PLM, we know them very well yung nga from their performance thus far in Division B Season 3 and Season 2 as well. Fairly same roster for this team. Vipora and Hwayugi, Joker, Blaze, these guys are staples at this point of this tournament circuit. And well, let's see if their synergy is just as sharp, Terrar, because this is Exceed team. They are a force to be reckoned with, not to be underestimated.
Definitely true. Aside from that, nakikita rin natin yung paboritong mapa ng Exceed Crusaders for the second map right here, which is Bind. They really perform very well on this map specifically. And for the third map that we are gonna see, it is gonna be split. So nakikita na natin yung mga players sa inyong mga screen ng Exceed Crusaders right here. At syempre yan yung mga tropa natin mula sa Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan. At maya-maya syempre masisilip din natin yung kanilang kalaban.
Looking cool, calm, and collected, which now Terrar, hindi na best of ones. We saw it we are on best of 3s now, and last match, nag-come back. There's a certain level of battle of attrition going on now, Terrar. It's the energy, it's the momentum. These teams need to keep their mental straight, and if they start off a little bit hot-handed, the opposing team who may lose game 1 needs to keep it calm, be able to reset, and that is why, I guess, to a degree, I might favor the Atomos Haribons here, just because they've been in this position before, right? They know how to perhaps maybe reset, but we'll see. Exceed might show up.
Saka, kita nyo naman, may 6-man buff ang Atomos Haribons dito. 6-man buff natin si Mama. Ayan. Or team. Diba? So, pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila. Kapit-bahay ko rin to. Kasi magkakapit-bahay lang kami. Mapuwa, Letran, PLM.
All in the same area. That's right.
All in the same area right here. So, we are just waiting for the players, of course, to be ready. But we have seen the first map that we are gonna be casting. Any expectations when it comes to agent selections? Kanina, Ascent, nakakita tayo ng Astra pick. How about you?
I think we discussed this actually during our first cast, which is the ability for Astra to contribute so much to a map like Ascent, especially blocking those main areas, let's say A main and B main. It's so potent, but I do expect to see on a map like an Ascent the true meta that has been for VCT and now UAC as well, the double initiator setup of a Sky and a Sova. If either one of these teams pull that out, of course, we've also seen, I think it was Dazai who plays a mean Sky. Halos duelist na rin siya when it's on his hands, no? Something that might come out here. Or maybe, again, more momentum-based rather. Division A is actually a defender-sided circuit right now in terms of the meta, but Division B still is that, double duelist, fight hard with on attacker side and just entry play fast. So that might be what we see, just another more standard Ascent with double duelists
May
coming out.
narinig din ako isa pang klase ng meta actually.
Ano yung meta?
una daw na maka 2-0 meta. Narinig ko yan sa tropa natin.
Talaga?
Tatago natin sa pangalang Bryant.
Sino yan? Sino si Sir Brian? All I know him as is Frozen Sonar. Look him up. Baka may page ba siya?
Ay, like na rin yung page niya.
Like ni Brian.
Nag-stream din yun eh. Pagdating naman dito sa aking analysis at in-depth analysis to, Desi, no? Kasi Desi tawag ko sa'yo para special ako kunwari. Base sa aking analysis, statistics at lahat ng mga matches na nilaro namin ni Wabak, binuhat ko siya.
Ikaw yung binuhat?
Hindi, ako yung bumuhat.
Okay.
Base lang yan sa analysis ko. Ayun lang yun. The end.
Did you just want to say that you carried him? There's no other point to that. Well, Wabak has been one of the top performers of XU, so it's a good call out. Maybe that's because he played with you.
Maybe this time around I should be the one playing for Exceed then.
Yun! Ayun pala, Chotaro! Sign mo na to! Pwede pala! Here we go with agent selection, ladies and gentlemen, and we are seeing the Sova pick. Very, very standard here, especially you put him on that B side with an Odin. That's gonna be scary. It just feels bad, getting shot through a wall with a machine gun because he can see you with his utility. But on the opposite side, I love to see Vapora on this Omen. I think Vipora is one of the most high impact controllers that we've seen, not just in Division B, but Division A as well. The way that he's able to synergize with his duelist and be exactly where he needs to be, use his utility exactly when he needs to, is honestly a sight to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Hwayugi opting for a Phoenix instead of his what do you call it? His standard, his creme de la crepe Reina. But on the other side, it will be Wabak on that Reina. And there it is. Giljan is picking up your Astra, Tera.
Yan na, finally. And I am a big fan, a huge fan of Astra. Yung tuwing naglalakad siya habang sineset niya yung mga stars at pinapop niya yung mga smoke, pati yung gravity well. Ang daming pinipindot. Ang galing mo na mag-computer. Kapag Astra main ka, ikaw na.
APM.
Kumbaga, pagdating talaga sa mga smoker, mga controller natin, hands down. One of the reasons why a team can go in, can delay, can push, and all that aside. Controlling the map, specifically. Now, head-to-head, Exceed Crusaders. Ito yung mga magde-defend ng TCs laban sa pupunta para pumasok sa school tapos uuwi na.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's our first match of our final series of Div B. I mean, it just feels like we started. I want more, I don't want it to end. A part of me was like, can we make this a best of 5 instead? I think a lot of our viewers would like to see a little bit more Valorant out of these two teams. The GLHFs are going out, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. A couple of just sort of a split setup right now for the side of Atomos Haribon. Is probably going to look to play for a pick here. This duo right now of Phoenix and Jet and Omen, trio rather, on this B side might be able to pick something up, but there does seem to be a bit of an aggressive play out of Wabak, blinding that Aldro, not giving up too much information here, and I think it looked like they were wanting to aggress there, but the moment they noticed, madaming tao dito, let's not shock dart for posterity, and just a little bit of putt damage to start off this round.
There goes the damage, but of course, Vipora. Dito lang, hawak lang niya yung mid dito. The smoke will come in as well. They don't take mid control. Actually, they just wanna push A short right now. With this owl drone and the paranoia na hindi mo po connect, nag-aabang dito si Shogun. He has a very nice positioning. Pero with that gunshot, maintindihan at maririnig na rin nila kung saan galing. The hot hands come in para ma-delay yung pag-push ng tatlo o dalawang players na nasa trees lang kanina. And this is Dewey going down. Isama mo pa sa hukay si Giljan, but Wabak was able to secure one kill. Overheal para sa kanya. Meron siyang armor na pwedeng gamitin dito. And si Vipora nag-tap lang ng spike pero hindi niya pa itutuloy yung plan.
1v1 situation right now. Wabak had this really great lurk. Picked off one, but the shots going over each other's heads right now. Jumps down, Vipora looked left, but Wabak went right. Ang galing ng ginawa ni Vipora nun. Medyo na timing yung side ng Thomas Harabuns because he pushed out of B main and caught, I think it was Blaze on his own and wasn't able to reinforce his team. And that's a quick 3-0 for him. That being said, Hwayugi, great push effort from him. Getting those entry frags, 3-1 is his scoreline. But ultimately, the round does go the way of XC. To kick things off, the Terrar buff showing up in this first round. Let's see.
It's fast.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Let's see if they believe it themselves. No, the belief in yourself is so important in these situations, ladies and gentlemen. And if you believe that you need your own gear, you can level up your setup right now with Logitech G as the push comes in here on the A main side. Running and gunning is not. Daza gets taken down. That's one of the situations where you're kind of just mad that the Spectre exists in this game. But there will be a gun picked up for Budale right now. Naiwan sa other side ng wall, unfortunately. And it will be passed to Hwayugi. Determining that, a little bit more value for him. Spike gets transferred over so that Hwayugi can get an initiation, but looks like after that push, especially hearing the wall, the call has been made to make the rotate and will be Dewey holding on this B site on his own.
Well, as far as we are looking at right now, para sa mga players na meron tayo dito, apat sa kanila ay onti-onti, dahan-dahang naglalakad. Baka sakaling meron silang mahanap na pick dito, the smoke comes in and that is all the way to doors sa A site. This is actually a fake smoke.
Wow.
Dahil kapag ka-smoke na yan, na-realize nila na, nag-smoke na dito, malamang dito papasok yan. Now, the site B is completely free for the side, of course, of this team that we have right here. Ito na yung pagplant ng Spike and now PLM. Kuha na nila yung site. Na-fake. Na-fake sila doon. Na-debate.
No, na-debate. Na-smoke criminals sila. Pero really great play. I mean, Dewey making the call to reinforce mid there. That's fine. It will be a 4v4 retake here as the Astro Shards goes into the Astral Plane to set them up. The Recon Dart to get some info, but no one's home right now, unfortunately. We do have Blaze on this B main. Let's see if he gets checked. He does not. Has the share of shots for it. And now Dewey trying to make an effort, but Budala takes down Nanat all in his own. Some gets seen by the Recon Bolt and gets taken down. Really great hold there. I feel like they needed to push main a little bit more first. It was just Dazai with a Marshall on his own. You're not gonna get into those close quarter situations like that, and that makes it a 1-1. Now Hwayugi picks up a Phantom, and it will be a little bit of an eco for the side of XU now.
1-1 is the score, man. They canceled out just because of that one smoke. This is what I'm talking about before we started this game. Now, how important it is to have that control and to have that controller in your team. A good controller to be exact, to be specific.
Yeah.
Now, we are looking at the ultimate mula dito sa ating Phoenix. And of course, we're back with the one tap. See, dismisses away. And this is the Lear coming in. Sinarado yung bituan. Now, Wabak is safe and clear out of the enemy side.
Holy guacamole! Wabak took two, getting pushed by everyone. Doesn't matter though, Vipora finds Dewey with a gun advantage here. A little bit of a wall bang through the floor there. Hwayugi looking to push, but Giljan gets him with a classic. Trying to convert on a second, but Blaze swings through the smoke, takes down Giljan and Wabak. Shogun throws through the smoke, spraying down, but there's just too many bodies on him. The numbers advantage doing him no favors there. But what a crazy hold by Wobak. I mean, even if he lost the round, I think that's something you clip. You know, you alt F10. You know, get that clip for him because
Alt
man,
F4.
alt
Ay,
F4
iba
no.
pala yun.
Iba pala yun.
Quit
No,
pala
pag
yun. Quit pala.
kung na-run and gun ka, mag-4 ka. Yan. Yun.
Yun yung ginawa nung kalaban actually.
Nung na one tap sila nag-out
Na,
of 4.
na-punish niya yung run it back. Tapos,
Yep.
nakakuha pa siya ng isang pick-off doon. It was, all in all, it was a good round for Exceed Crusaders. Dahil nga, syempre, this was an eco for them. So,
Yeah.
punishing those players will mess up their economy. And looking at it as well kanina, si Dazai and also si Blaze, medyo masakit din sa ekonomiya nila. But they
Yes.
actually have enough money still. Ang importante dito ngayon is Exceed Crusaders getting that win on this round. Dahil kapag hindi nila nakuha, matik, wala na naman silang pera pambili.
Yeah, and especially investing in this operator Shogun, not getting any value out of it right now. Yes, he does. That was a little close. Had to swing for that, but gets him anyway. He did have a cross from Wobak and Wine there. His position is still there, but they went all the way around Tree. Takes on Nan, who was perched up as well. Budale takes down, and Vipora with the lurk, taking down the rotation from Dewey, and Wobak, who is there to try to support Shogun, is now on no man's land because the rotation has come to be. He is gonna have to go 1v2 into this diffuse, Tay.
They take on the side,
30 seconds
clearing the
left.
backlines as well. Kung meron pang tao o meron pa silang, ito yung maganda, no? Kini-clear talaga nila
Spike
each and
planted.
every corner that they see.
Yeah.
Now, a 2v1 situation with the Reyna, alam natin na kaya niya makakuha ng pick-off,
Yes.
kaya niya makapag-dismiss agad-agad. Kung low on HP naman, kung covered naman yung positioning niya, pwede siya makapag-heal ulit. So, this agent selection or agent pick that we have right here na hawak ni Wabak is actually an agent that has clutch potential. Depende
Yes.
na lang talaga sa taong may gamit dahil si Wabak napindot niya ata. Bumaril siya doon ng saglit. The dismiss comes in. This is what I'm saying. Ugas kamay lang. But the other kill or the next kill wasn't there. He wasn't able to punish Budale and now a 1-3 scoreline. Nag-invest sila dito, Desi, ng operator kanina for the side of Exceed Crusaders.
I was about to say, you know, you win that round, but you don't feel good about it in that situation. I mean, worse now that they lost that round. Wabak, you mentioned it, almost had that clutch situation there. Opts to push the smoke, trying to throw them off into where he is. But you know what they say about Arena, it's only as good as the player. Really, all of the utilities, all about can you get those shots, was able to get one, but couldn't convert the other. They played together on that both house side. And speaking of playing together, it looks like just quicker push right now onto this B area, but the wall goes up to slow them down. Not a lot of firepower on the side of Exceed, so this push should go their way. And I'm surprised they're not contesting so far, but Nanat with the frenzy close range tries to find a second, a little bit greedy, but you take those, especially on an eco. Shogun does have his Blade Storm up right now, gets hit through the smoke, a little bit of missed timing there, unfortunate for him. They will get onto the site. Wayugi gonna play logs, put a stop to the entry here from market side as Wabak looks to try to rotate all around. Wayugi takes down Giljan. Shogun now 30 HP, waiting for his buddy to help him out. But you know, so long as you can take maybe a couple more guns away, you'll feel a little bit better about this. Wayugi not good for any shots. Budale taking him down. Shogun from stairs.
It was inevitable. They were on an eco, pasok na silang lahat sa site, post-plant na yun eh. And going in, knowing na syempre eco round nila yun, and of course hindi kompleto yung utilities na meron sila. I think they only have classics and all that. There's nothing else you can do but actually try to punish kung sakali. Kahit pa paano yung team on the other side, Atomos Harbons, make sure na kahit pa paano, mabawasan yung kanilang economy, no? Mabawasan yung pera. But remember what I said a while ago, Desi, that Exceed Crusaders, very notorious into giving 5 or even 6 rounds away to the other team.
Sure. So the objective here is for them to maybe mount a comeback
Is
here.
that an operator again?
He was taken down.
He's bought 2 operators, but so far gotten only 1 pick from it. Giljan with the aggressive push, though. Bumawi, 4-4 is the situation now, taking down Blaze. But we'll see right now, because Dazai is looking at Giljan, who is in the astral plane. Let's see if he opts to pick up the operator. Doesn't look like it so far. Nanak does have a resurrection, but never mind. He gets taken down by Vipora. This man, he's able to penetrate back lines, and I don't even know how. Wabak is able to punish, but the value has already been gotten. Dazai dueling him right now, and was able to find one. Dismisses away. Budale spraying him down. Goes for the retake, but already the backstab from Hwayugi. He is on site, but without the spike, it's in main. He throws up the blaze to block off that sight line. 77 HP. They gotta play together here on the side of Exceed. This is not a situation they should lose. Hwayugi has the spike too far away from him right now, has 1 flash. Let's see if he's able to use it, Tay.
Still doable, still winnable.
1 enemy remaining.
But Hwayugi, like I said, may run it back siya dito. He can prepare for a post-plant situation with this or not use it at all. But instead, Dewey, waiting patiently right in the corner of CT, was able to take that kill. Hindi nagamit yung ultimate at least for the Phoenix. The thing is, with the Phoenix pick, agent composition selection na meron tayo dito, a Phoenix can just farm those orbs in and he has his run it back the next time that you, parang hindi mo mapapansin, parang after 1 round, meron na naman siyang run it back. Lalo na kung mabilis mag-punish, kagaya ni Hwayugi.
Yeah, on a very skilled player that like Hwayugi, that will almost certainly get 1 or 2, maybe even 3 frags. Those ultimate orbs are gonna go up, and para na lang he'll have it every other round, which is pretty crazy, you know. But here we go. That is going to be the Blade Storm coming out for Dazai, and wow, even the Hunter's Fury trying to commit it onto Nana. Crossfiring here with the Hunter's Furies and Budale.
Anime battle.
It's so much flurry of lightning and color. Also, they run it back here to secure it. Goes for the push after he closes the door. Dazai trying to find it with the shock dart. Is able to clip the Bora, but not take him down. And it will be 5v5. No bodies dropping going into this flat. There it is now, though, because Hwayugi is able to take down Nan on the trade. Shogun with the dunk onto Hwayugi. And on the other side, meanwhile, just a couple of great frags from Giljan, and we're back. It is just Vipora on his lonesome, but the defuse is already coming through. Great shot on Shogun, but there are just way too many bodies not in the position to stop the plant, unfortunately. And, well, if you're gonna jump around Jenny like that, you might as well do it in style, no? What a right click from Shogun.
Ako nagturo kay Babak nun.
Yun pala yun.
Buti naalala mo yung mga tinuro ko.
Yun pala
Yung
yun.
ganda ng pag-dash doon ni yung tailwind ni Shogun, like you said, no? Even with the recon na madedetect na siya, instead, nag-dash siya papuntang hell. He got to reposition himself kung saan ma-outplace or ma-misplay yung mga kalaban lalo. And with the heaven, of course, sinugod yung recon eh. Sinugod ni Vipora yung recon.
Yeah.
Prepared siya actually to take on the fight on heaven, but once you get tagged by the recon, of course, mababasa at mababasa nila kung ano yung susunod mong gagawin.
Yeah, very high commitment play, doesn't get enough value out of it to win the round, but right now Giljan playing inside the smoke. Dazai now has that Blade Storm out to play that close range, so might have that option for him, but has a Marshall on his other hand. The smoke goes down and he's trying to find value, gets one. Dazai with the trade with the Blade Storm there. That could have been very, very bad for the side of PLM, but they're able to mitigate the damage as Nanat has the wall broken through right now. The mid pressure coming out from the side of PLM, trying to change it up right now, especially with the semi-gun deficit, since Dazai only has the Marshall right now, as the commitment does seem to go on to B main. What? Vipora, though, all the way on the other side already. You see him on the map? How did he get there? Did he commit from the shadows? No, he didn't. Wabak gets taken down.
30 seconds
How
left.
did Vipora get on this? Never mind, it doesn't matter. He was taken down. That could have been really good. This guy's a ninja. Vipora is a sneaky man. Not committing the res now onto Giljan. 4v3 situation on this retake day.
Feeling ko, taga Quiapo eh. Mabilis tumakbo, mabilis magtago. Feeling ko, ganun talaga. Doon talaga galing yun! But the side didn't connect that blade. Instead, that nag-connect yung shots ng Exceed Crusaders. This is game sense playing out for Exceed Crusaders right now. And now, 1v1 with the Great One, Blaze versus Shogun, and Shogun takes it away. Kinain yung ace. Sabi niya, bawal yan. Hindi yan pwede dito.
Hindi yan
Walang
pwede.
pwedeng mag-ace sa araw na to.
Ay nako, umiinit na si Blaze eh. Catching fire na siya pero stinump out ni Shogun. Kawawa naman. But although that was a really great cosmic divide from Giljan, forced them out of the boathouse post plant position. So 4-4 is the situation right now. You said it, they XU coming back into this game after giving a couple of rounds, sort of finding their footing. And already, this is a very, very different series between these two teams. Exceed has woken up in Div B. They're saying, you think you 13-3'd us on our first game? Nah, we are a completely different team. You better watch the hell out because they're coming for him and they're coming hot right now as there is an operator on the side of Shogun pushing out with Wabak these two Thanos. But look at
Corners! Check corners!
out too! He gets both of them, Tay!
Dude, look at this. He gets one kill. May hot hand siya para makapag-heal. And he also has that run it back yet again up and online. That fast. Hindi na nga niya kinuha yung orb eh. Didn't think about that. He was very confident he can take aim duels, he can win those. But Giljan, taking it back. Lahat ng stars, dinampot niya na, kaso mapapatay din pala siya.
Saving it for next round. It's funny they got it back for the next round, no. But Wayugi, this round was his. Just that feels so painful. He's able to convert 3. What a madman on the Phoenix, and now it's just Nanat. It's like Nanat, no, not me, please. Gets able to take down Dazai, and the paranoia comes out, almost gets another. He does make it a little costly for them, especially with their eco, but well, Wayugi, like you said, now has that run it back again. So definitely opportunity for them to play a little bit more aggressive on this, on the momentum that they're building up. 4-5 now, and well, that aggressive push from Wabak and Shogun did not work out for them. But I do appreciate that sort of sentiment. These two players trying to play to win, and sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. Let's see if they hit it this round.
It was a domino effect kung iisipin natin, no?
Yeah.
With Wabak not checking that corner.
Oof.
Nawala yung isang naglulurk. If only he did. And yung magti-trade sana was definitely caught off guard too with that situation. And Wayugi was just able to take that 2 kills easy.
You should run.
And even if they know, Exceed Crusaders knew na nandun si Wayugi, he was still confident enough to take that triple kill. Ay, kinuha yung orb, oh. Binastos, Shogun!
Oh my
namatay! And si Wabak lalaban lang ng lalaban. 6 HP remaining on him, and he can be healed up by the Sage. He just has to wait. Pero mukhang gusto niya pang lumaban ng isa pa. The heal comes in. Vipora takes one out, and B side is now open as he kills Giljan as well.
This man gets literally behind enemy lines like it's nothing, like it's butter, a knife through butter. And I guess what happened there is they sold the fake with the Killjoy ult lockdown on B, and that gave Shogun and Wabak this sense of safety to get that orb, but the punish was there. What an amazing play out of the side of PLM Haribons right now. Blaze taking down Wabak in this round was just mind games. The mind games paid off, and especially when you do that with a player like Vipora, who knows, I keep saying, this man's positioning on the map is insane. He just is able to read the situation that, okay, the cell is coming. Nag-cause chaos tayo dito, bigla na lang sila nag-react sa A, I'm gonna just push in and punish so hard. I mean, Nanat right now with a ghost in hand is not gonna have a lot for him. Tries to wall to slow it down. It's like, wait, please don't come for me, slower pa rin. Meron pa, but is not able to get to the door in time.
I feel like pwede siya magantay dun sa corner and slow them out. Maybe he can get 1 kill, You never know.
Take a gun away. It's a morale thing, Like, I got mine, diba sinasabi ni Hiko? I got mine. But not getting a lot there because again, that the level of next level thinking out of PLM, you love to see it. Of course, when it comes to mechanical skill, definitely these two teams are head to head, but in these situations, it's about who can play out those sort of top level executions. No, speaking of executions, it does look like a lot of utility. Di naman, slow orb lang naman. Ano sinasabi mo, Desiderata? The flash comes out as well and is able to find two. Just holds down the spray. Wayuki trying to repeat first team, which I guess is the right situation, is the right decision there. Ano ba yung tama? Tama ba yun? Nagtatawa si Tay sa camera.
Men! Pati ako umiiwas na din sa flash eh. Papaganon na rin ako eh. Oh my god, Shogun, napakainit mo naman with a triple kill already on this round before. He has the ultimate. Pwede siya mag from the shadows dito. Alam mo, to think of, hindi ko rin nagagamit yung run it back for 2 rounds already. He could have used that a while ago. And maybe even open up the side for the team. You know, if hahawakan mo kasi nang hahawakan, itong run it back, sa napakabilis naman makuha niyan pabalik. So, ba't mo pahahawakan ng matagal?
Yeah, value lost, but value gained here from Wabak taking the head off Vipora, and that was a very convincing round out of XU here. And yun yung nakikita natin in terms of this game, right? It's these two duelists on the side of XU, Wabak and Shogun, like being aggressive on the defender side. If it pays off dividends. It's not even close. But when it's not, then they just get punished so hard. So a little bit of high stakes, high reward here is their play. And, you know, especially on what is a very, like we said, no, attacker-sided meta, all about momentum. If you're able to slow down and make it a little close when you're on the defender side, then you pivot into the attacker. This might be very good for them, especially with the lineup that they have.
Joke's over!
Potter's Fury! Dito na nilabas yung run it back na yan. But the wall comes in. May kasama pang slow the push. Wayugi trying to pinpoint the enemy right now. Hindi niya pa rin mapatay-patay. Unlimited life para kay Nanat doon. Nagtatago lang na nagtatago. Walang katapusan.
Unfortunate there, and you see the fact that they weren't able to get that initiation, push is gone. Impossible already at that point. They needed that entry to come off. Nan pushing out of the smoke, but gets in the face of a turret, but I don't think it was detected. I don't think they clocked that because he's still there. I would have liked to see him take more space in mid because he was behind enemy lines already, but Dazai is able to find Shogun. We're back with the trade from main. Support now by Nanat. Nanat, you gotta trade him, buddy! No, does not get the trade. And the backstab from Wayugi. Let's see if he checks him here with his knife out. Gets taken down. Enough to get him the rest. Okay, 3v3 situation, and a little bit of a mistake from Wayugi there gives the resurrection and makes this round very much winnable for the side of XU on the defenders. As Dewey trying to find the first duel. Dazai takes him down with a nice jiggle. Nana pushing in, but Blaze from market side did not check him there, and that's a 3K for him.
Switching sides.
Nag-line up ang kuya nyo sa Exceed Crusaders. 5-7 is the score. Not too far off, I would say. 8-4 is doable. 7-5 is winnable.
Sorry, 7-5 is winnable. 8-4 is doable. 9-3 is a curse. That's
Yes.
that's
Thank you for finishing it off. My brain cells isn't working
is that the
anymore.
poem? Yun yung poem by Desi and Tera. Remember that. Teach it to your kids when you're teaching them how to play Valorant. And speaking of teaching to kids, guys, I don't know if this is part of our spiels, but by the way, AcadArena has just released scholarships. Another round of scholarships for everyone. You guys, gamers of all kinds, whether you're a leader, a competitor, you know, you can now apply and get tuition subsidy, grants, and aid. Go over to AcadArena.com/scholarship to check it out. It's more diverse, accessible, mas madali mag-apply. Speaking of mas madali mag-get out of Dodge because of the dash. No, Wabak takes him down even through the smoke. A secondary smoke there from the side of Vipora, but the push is coming onto Cat here, Tay, as well as on the side of main. But Wayugi!
Spike down A.
Another line up perfectly for him. 2 headshots, so easy, he says. Too easy for him. Dewey with 1 though. But look at the positioning right now. They're all kind of split up. They haven't committed to the side because wala, naiwan yung spike sa main. Wabak all the way onto CT side already. Is able to take down Budala, chasing down Vipora with a classic. This is a situation that Vipora needs to outplay his way out of. Uses the smoke to do just that. But
Wayugi's position right now. Nice synchronized
1HP,
smoke.
1HP.
Player standing.
Oh, we hit the same hit the same note there.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
What
30
can I
seconds
say?
left.
We're not just shoutcasters, we're also singers. At the
We're
same time.
songerists. Oh my gosh.
Wala
But
talagang ace sa mga rounds na to, no? Walang ace.
no.
Hanggang
Kaya
4K
kahit
lang.
game 1. Ang 4K lang.
Ay, nako. Okay lang yan. But good that they were able to salvage that round. It was looking really bad for them. Wayugi holding down that spike, but played alone. Like, Vipora needed to be with him. It ended up being just an isolated 1v2. And in those situations, he was already taken down to very low HP, so couldn't convert for any more. And Wabak putting his team on his shoulders are getting them the round win. And if we talk about attacker momentum, that's how you started off, because they got a whole arsenal of Spectres on their side right now. And the call has been made that because they're at a gun disadvantage, we're gonna go a little bit aggressive. The orb bait! But they bait it themselves! Also, Vipora trying to take it on Cat here, but it's not enough. Just it's looking tough for them. Of course, it's an eco, but you know, if XE is able to convert them, like we've seen them do in their previous matches, you know, this might run away from them. 7-7, looking to be the scoreline right now. Blaze gets clipped. Just a little bit clipped by the recon there, baiting it out right now, but the whole cavalry is coming. The whole cavalry is on your doorstep, Blaze, and he is taken down.
Ayaw na nilang bigyan ng opportunity actually yung kabilang side na makabuelo pa, makagawa pa ng play, no? And they know they had that gun advantage, of course, for the side of Exceed Crusaders. So what they're gonna do is just gonna punish them. They're comfortable anyway. At ang isa sa mga pinaka risk factor on the other side or on the other team is actually Wayugi. So don't leave him hot. Maybe handle him, you know, because he's too hot to handle right now.
Too hot to handle indeed. And let's see how hot Blaze, Wayugi, Vipora, and the entire PLM roster can get now with guns in their hands on this defender's side. My apologies, by the way. It's not Budale. It's Budale. It's Budale. Apologies. We were gonna correct that now because we're hoping for a full 3-game
Ang bilis
series.
naman ng heal. 92 HP pa yun. May heal agad.
Value.
Yan ang tunay na support, man. Shogun was able to take the kill. Oh, nagagawa pa sila sa barel. Pero okay lang yan dahil si Wabak gusto niyang ubusin. Wayugi naman ang umuubos on the side of Thomas Haribons. Masyadong mabilis yung galaw. And the thing is, nabawasan naman nila ng sobrang dami or laking damage yung kabila eh. Yung Exceed Crusaders, nabawasan nila ng sobra yung Thomas Haribons. But the thing is, the Spectre versus the Vandals, man.
Yeah,
Not
mahirap. And it seemed like they were kind of rushing. Like they were in the line of fire and they were still running through, right? It's like running through a flurry of bullets you're gonna drop. And like flies, that marketplace is littered with their bodies now. And 7-8 is the scoreline with that bounce back on the gun buy for the side of the PLM defenders here. And looking to change things up. Did mid to tree, now trying to go for a little bit more of a heavy A push with Dewey on the lurk right now. Maybe trying to sell some sort of fake with the recon there. And it does look like it's somewhat working. Vipora smoking off mid link. And the attention is not onto the A side. Wabak takes down the only one looking there, Blaze, and they will get the site all to themselves. Yan. The heal was now when he was 30 HP. Not 90 HP, but the wall comes out. The recon is not going to be good enough for him. That's I tried to wall bang someone that was on top of the wall there, and Vipora trying to follow through on the retake on the flash. Dismiss comes out. The spray is not there for him. Go back with the dismiss and quick. Oh, tried to convert for another one. Had all the orbs that he could get, but this doesn't matter because his team has him at 8-8. Bakbakan talaga tong game na to, ladies and gentlemen. It's back and forth for these two teams, and which is what we want to see. You know, I'm sure PLM was expecting this to be more of a sweep on their side, but that's not what they're getting. Exceed, the pride and joy of Mindanao, trying to join their sister Mindanao school, the Excalibur IIT from MSU IIT in the promotionals. That would be awesome. I mean, this is I do think this is the first time in UAC history that we're having teams from Mindanao competing. So it would be great to see them go all the way to promotionals and then to Div A. But still a long road ahead for them here as Shogun trying to look for the jiggle. But ooh, Dewey able to get 2. They both tried to push that that B main area and get taken down. Dewey doing work, pushing all the way in, enclosing the map, but Hwayugi with the punish looked right at him as he was crossing the switch. But now,
Oh no, he can get off guard. Tumatakbo lang siya pa B-side and yung isa niyang kakampi, si
Spike
Budil,
planted.
nandito rin sa A. Na-realize dito ni Hwayugi na, oh shucks,
One enemy remaining.
nag-plant sa A, bro. Pero ito, he was able to take out the kill. Hey, nice one, Budil. Maybe go for a save, probably?
keep the gun. I mean, they ecoed, but you know, they ecoed anyway. Maybe you try to take a couple guns away from them. Right now, 20 HP makes it a little rough though, but the door is closed in his face. So you're right, Tay. This is probably going to be a forced save from him here. The smart choice. But that Dewey, that was his round. Was able to sell a little bit of a fake, and as he was lurking in mid link, then goes and finds 2, and then pushes in, and is able to force Hwayugi to abandon Budale on his own. And well, son, you know, I'm sure they'll still be friends after this. Tayo naman, Te, abandonment issues. You know, it's something new for us, something new for you. Me, not so much.
You never know.
You never know.
Don't judge the book by its
By its
cover.
cover. But ladies and gentlemen, 9-8 is the scoreline now. Exceed pulling away with it, and no ultimates up for any of these two teams. Wabak, the star of the show right now on his Reina, nearly doubling rather, the next fragger on his team. A little bit of a closer spread here on the side of PLM. Definitely this team plays very well with each other, as you can see. So it's more of the all of them playing in the same performance or enabling Wabak. Let's see which is better, because Wabak is pushing all the way through market right now. No fear. Smokes in his face, jumps down to a turret on logs, and the entry is going their way, but Budale is able to find Shogun. Blaze also the slowing hump on the speedway right now. But unfortunately, the push, even with Wabak leading the charge, falls apart for them. Is able to find Vipora with a clean shot. Let's see if he's able to find the second as Hwayugi looks to contest him. Looks away though, not the timing he wanted, and it's going to be a 1v3 situation. Giljan has the spike on Speedway, but he's surrounded by all sides. It's tough here. Does find one. That's one body to worry about. 2 more right now. Has a Cosmic Divide. Probably not going to play for it, but he's looking market. Hwayugi had already repositioned. Great play by him to even up the scoreline 9-9 for this first game in the season.
Parang sale lang sa Shopee. Parang sale lang sa Lazada. Yung scoreline natin, paulit-ulit lang, just repeating numbers right here. And also at the same time, if you have superstar players on the side of Exceed Crusaders, you have Wabak, who's getting lots of kills. Let's talk about Hwayugi right here. He's just going crazy over the kills as well. He looks very confident into taking sides and into taking aim duels against Exceed Crusaders. Now with an operator on their hands, and the Zai is actually not gonna be an aggressive operator kind of. He's just waiting on heaven. Ito yung posisyon na iti-take niya. He's just gonna wait kung meron bang papasok on the side. Korean flash from Hwayugi right there, bouncing it off on the other side. And he heard some players right here. Mabilis ang labas agad ng utilities actually, which I think it's too early for its timing.
Yeah, and if you're gonna expend that many utilities, hold that thought, because Desai, like you said, plays a little bit more back, a little bit more patience, but that patience does get rewarded here, and he is sort of not really coming alive in this game yet, and that he's usually one of the difference makers for this team on PLM. So if he's able to come alive in these final rounds, that may definitely be the difference maker that they need to pull ahead. But like you said, medyo maaga nga yung utility usage, but it's enough to deter the push as the rotation now comes onto the B side. Blaze playing back in deep Ghost House, but already there are a lot of bodies on here. The paranoia comes out. Shogun gets blinded, tries to duck for cover. Dewey pushing through, gets slow or by his teammate, gets taken down by Vipora. We're back now, trying to make the entry happen, but it's not enough. Might just be. Blaze drops the lockdown, and she has enough time to get it. Maybe. Giljan trying to push it.
trying to look for it. He's not taking out the lockdown. He's gonna get
10
stuck.
seconds left.
What? No! Giljan understood that he was already on his lonesome, couldn't peek the lockdown because Blaze was probably already waiting for him. And that opening pick from Dazai with that operator and Wayuki holding down tree there kind of threw Exceed on for a loop and had to reset mid-round and wasn't able to pull it out. So very, very good round for them. It puts them on an eco. We are gonna hit 9-11 very likely here for the side in favor of the side of PLM, and well, that's going to be a tough situation for them. Dazai coming up big right now, but speaking of coming up big, Shogun does have the Blade Storm out. He's gonna cross lock horns with Dazai. He's warning him that don't peek that, I got an operator, but falls back anyway. And with that Blade Storm out from Shogun, it's going to be imperative that he opens up this round if he's really going to try to go for that star play and make it happen. Well, back sneaking in already.
Ang ganda
if he
sana
finds
ng plano niya doon, yung
yup.
timing. Nasisilip dahil doon sa turret niya, but he doesn't get the kill. Now, heading towards this round, of course, is 4 players of Exceed Crusaders, and this is their eco round. They know where the smoke comes in. Alam nilang close yung Omen dahil sa bilis nung lapit nung smoke na yan. And Shogun, he used up his knives already, a bit of that. So he only has one, but it didn't connect on the head. Now getting the orb, farming lang. Para kahit paano may isa sila before they end this round. But I don't have faith in this round at all. Dahil very low in HP and they're not hitting their shots in as well.
Yeah,
30
I mean,
seconds left.
we expected it. It was on Shogun to make some flashy play happen with the Blade Storm there, but if that doesn't happen, then this is what you're gonna get on an eco. It is an eco. Both of them have their knives out, but you know, when you have the gun advantage, you're just gonna crouch and spray there, and there it is. They have the buy on the side of Exceed. Need to prevent match point right now. Shogun picks up his own aggressive operator, and a timeout is called on Exceed. Great strategic decision making here. Talk about this round, figure out what your plan of execution is, because you've already fought so hard in this match. It's going to be very, very bitter pill to swallow if you still drop it, and especially with another game after this, you got to keep that strong. So let's see what they're able to pull out, what kind of strategies they have in mind. Ikaw, Tay, what would you like to see out of them here with their backs against the wall?
First is them hitting their shots, because it seems like, you know, with Wabak with 24 kills right now, sumunod doon is actually 13 kills, 13, 9, and 7. And now for the other side of the team, which is Thomas Haribons, Wayugi is getting that shots in with 21 kills. Ang kasunod niyan is si Blaze at Vipora with 18 kills in their pocket as well. So you can see the division of kills coming in from this team. It is very much spread out. Kahit nagsashine si Wayugi from time to time, other players are also getting their shots in. And Wabak is being really like a hard carry right now for the team of Exceed Crusaders. And with them trying to hit their shots in, utilities din yung kailangan nilang ma-utilize dito.
True. You mentioned Giljan on that Astra, but we haven't really seen, aside from that Cosmic Divide that one round to secure the B defuse. I mean, it just doesn't seem like they're getting as much value as they would otherwise perhaps need in order to make this a little bit more favorable of a situation for them. The Hunter's Fury goes out aggressively to clear out Boathouse, and it doesn't connect, but Wayugi is able to take down the top fragger.
This is the problem.
Yep.
If Wabak goes down, it's gonna be more difficult for the side of Exceed Crusaders. Now, the other players need to step up. Pinasag agad ba yung ultimate na yan, yung run it back na yan? But he's gonna get caught off guard dahil dito siya nag-run it back. 3v2 situation right now. They have to plant the spike, or actually they have so much time, but the site is clear anyway. They can set up the stars, and they have the Cosmic Divide being set up actually.
Yeah, very messy entry there. He drops 3, but you know, in a 2v2 situation, this is still doable. Dazai though with the Blade Storm out. Let's see what he's able to do here. They are playing on the right side towards stairs, and the recon ball Insta gets destroyed. No info for you. Giljan, good for the shot, good for the 4th on his own. Dazai trying to jump up there.
And well, like you said, they needed to hit their shots, and thank God that they did, because now they got a little bit of breathing room. It's not a complete swing yet. This is going to be a very even round for these two teams, and Budale is whipping out the Odin. Dazai has an operator. They still have the tools that they need. So
Mm.
even with Wabak going down there, they need to get this round wherein none of them go down without getting at
Mm.
least one and
Such
getting
a
their
good,
shots.
such a good post plant then for actually for the side of
Yeah.
Thomas Harbon, no? Kasi what their plan is really for Exceed Crusaders, for post plant pala, for
Yeah.
Exceed Crusaders. The plan there a while ago from the Jet, I'll talk about it later, but that's game sense and map awareness for both sides of the
Spike
teams that we
planted.
have. Let's just talk about this round first because nakasalanay na ang lahat dito for Exceed Crusaders. If they don't get this, or actually for the side of Thomas Haribons too, there's an
Yeah.
equilibrium when it comes to the money of the players right now. Pantay-pantay sila. And it's just a matter of time before kung sino makikita natin na makakakuha ng match point. Pasok na actually, nakaboost na sa wall yung Sage dito. This is now the curveball as well. Vipora is very low on HP, or rather concussion doon ang kaunti with this Odin. Budale was able to punish the last player. Nakuha niya pa yung post plant. That was a very messy round, but still, they managed to get the match point.
Oh my God, that was make or break for Exceed there. Their backs against the wall now with no eco on match point. Budale
Broken, man.
hid behind. He hid behind the Sage wall up top and only came out at the right moment with that Odin and Dazai with the dash to Jenny. But when he's got an Odin in the hand, you're gonna get wallbanged there and gets taken down. You're right. It is a tough broken buy for them. Not even full armor for their side. They are forcing up, trying to squeeze as much as they can, and this is where the spirit needs to come through for the team. Let's see if they're able to scrap themselves back on here as the smoke goes up onto mid top, stopping Shogun from getting any sort of peek there. A side is left on their loans, and it does look like PLM is opting to take the 5-man retake here as Dazai gets out of dodge. Wabak not able to find that opening pick. Aggresses all the way to top side of heaven right now, and they will get the plant here, but we've seen how scary PLM's retake can be, even committing the Hunter's Fury now a little bit late to necessarily stop the plant. It's able to still take down Giljan, not able to fancy feet his way out of that, and that's not what you want. Wabak trying to pull it back, though, is able to get two, trying to go for it. Shogun peeks with him, goes for the secondary peek to take him down, but gets Odin! Gets Odin and taken down. 2v3 situation. Wayugi breaks the door to face the wall. Nanat on top of it. Let's see if he's able to check it. Budal is so low HP. It's so tough. No! Nanat is able to find him there, and this will be the
My
game
God.
ender. Saved off by Exceed.
Dude.
They came up big.
The thing is, mafa-force sa broken buy. I really think this is gonna go in overtime unless meron talagang gawing kakaiba ang Thomas Haribons dito. They are forced into this specific buy. They have the Sheriff and the Spectres and only one Vandal in the hands of Blaze. The thing is, half armor din itong dalawang players, which is si Dazai and si Blaze right now. For Exceed Crusaders, two of their, yung duelist nila talagang nagsho-show up for the team, no? And looking at it, Dowie, with that initial kill, this might be really around for Exceed Crusaders.
Yeah, it does look like it, no? And like you mentioned, Dazai not really coming up for his team here as much. Maybe that was why this is a little bit closer, but it's also just Exceed really playing their hearts out here. Even against match point is able to pull it back, and now it does look like a very clean round for them, unless Budale has something to say about it. Gets right click, but there are two players, top, bottom, over and under ya. And you're just gonna get swept off your feet in that situation. And we have our overtime, Tay. It's a very close match between these two teams.
Oh man!
Ay,
Oh
nako.
man!
At least it's a closer game. You know, we if this continues, maybe we see a game number 3. But especially right now,
these two teams, they want it. They want to get to the promotional tournaments. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, this tournament is presented by ASUS Republic of Gamers, powered by the reigning king of gaming laptops, the ROG Zephyrus S17, featuring a 11th gen Intel i9 CPU. And this is just a beast of a laptop for those who dare. So if you are interested, go to rog.acadarena.com. The power up of that laptop, let's see if it's going to be a power up for one of these teams to pull it away in overtime right now.
Get straight.
Hindi na na-dismiss yun dahil masyado mabilis yung pag-refrag ni Wayugi. But that is one duelist out of the equation for both sides of the teams. That is Wabak and Dazai. Si Dazai medyo nahihirapan siya kumuha ng frags dito actually. On the other hand, si
Yep.
Wabak, with this aggressiveness comes risk.
Yep, you get traded there. I mean, we've seen it out of these dudes. They like playing aggressively, even on defender side. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a half and half. But when you're on the defender side, sa alam ko te, you don't really actually feel good about trades. Trades mostly favor attacker sides as you're trying to overwhelm a site. And well, the numbers are in their favor for the side of PLM, pushing on to A right now as the smoke goes out onto that doorway. It will only be Dewey here on Hell. Gets checked, gets the dink, but he's on a Phantom. 140 feels bad for him there. And 3v3 is the situation right now. Shogun
30
creeping
seconds
up on
left.
Hell, but he's not checking under. On your left side, on your left, on your left! Oh,
He was too hyper-focused on the spike. This is now Gilson, the only man remaining. And now, Atomic Sarabons, they're really strong on the attackers. They're
Switching
getting this
sides.
match point at isa na lang around na kailangan nila. Exceed Crusaders on the other hand, they should be able, or these two teams that we have is even out anyway.
Yeah.
Ang map pick nito is Thomas Harbon. So obviously they have this certain comfortability in this map pick.
Yep.
But Exceed Crusaders, they're showing that they can do it too.
Yeah, they're comfortable in their own right, definitely. But, you know, up against match point once again, needs to find a way to bounce back. And will it be Wayugi sealing the deal with this position right now? Has checked all of these players pushing through cat. No noise cue made just yet. Wabak calling for that smoke on mid. Is looking to Lear just to be careful. Oh, does not get it. Wayugi tried to go for an aggressive play, and that might open up this A side for them here. XC trying him out the comeback. Do you have what it takes to get to the promotionals? Yes, it does look like you do, because Giljin is able to take down Blaze. 3v5 is the situation right now as the spike go down. Vipora pushing through his own smoke, trying to get as much space as he can. Is able to get tagged Nanat by that recon dart, unfortunately. But he is behind Jenny, kind of defended here. Vipora still able to tag him down, though. It's good for two. Trying to convert onto him, but Shogun from Dice right-clicked by the classic from Dazai. 2v2 situation. Dewey's able to find him, and he's the jiggle. He was looking on main. He was jiggling main.
Tactical crouch para sa side ng Exceed Crusaders. This is now the second overtime. Mukhang pantay na pantay ang laban. And, grabe, parang ayaw nilang tapusin, no?
Yeah, they like spending time with each other. Sana all there's someone that they like spending time with, no? And
Mag-overtime.
yun ba yung hugot? I'm like, oh my god, do you want to overtime with me? yun yung hatak, no? But I think more of
No,
the
thanks.
point,
Ganun.
yeah, sadly, no. But
Gusto
then
ko 13-1.
13-1, quick games, fast game daw.
Ka-chow.
But then Shogun and Giljin, like you said, they're getting their shots now. It's not just Wabak carrying these rounds. They are stepping up, waking up, and pushing on back and forth against PLM, who's put them on match point twice, maybe thrice this round. Let's see, or will they be the ones to get the upper hand here in this very, very high stakes game for these two teams right now? You want that first round win, first map win rather, especially in these best of three situations. Before, he was trying to do his sneaky little play, but Dewey learns and gets the better of him this time, gets taken down. And the man advantage is on the side of Exceed now. This might be something for them.
Habang patagal ng patagal to overtime,
Going up.
ganun din yung pagbabasa nila sa mga players na to.
Yes.
Nalalaman at nalalaman din nila yung playstyle na yan, kaya mabilis i-punish. Wabak was able to secure 1 kill already. Dismiss lang at reposition
30
himself.
seconds
Dowie
left.
on the other hand on CT.
enemy
Wala nang
remaining.
makapasok dahil this is the trades
Spike
happening.
down,
Bait
B.
and switch. 1 man remaining and that is Budeo with 15 HP remaining. Ginamit na rin yung Hunter's Fury na yan dahil magre-reset at magre-reset din naman. This is now the smokes and trying to pinpoint. Bumaril siya doon. Alam na nila na on-site. Dowie with a 4K. Wala pa rin makaka-ace kahit overtime na tayo 2 times.
Switching sides.
Nagising si Dewey.
Match
I mean,
point.
he was bottom of the scoreboard this entire game, but comes up exactly when his team needs. And now they have the upper hand with a quick 4K, pushes them now in favor of the match point. And they're also on attacker. This aggressive posturing from this team might be able to get the better of PLM here. And man, PLM, you are getting a show from the side of Exceed here. These guys are coming up when they need to, giving you a run for their money. But let's see what kind of magic you're able to pull out if you're able to spread your wings. And it does look like a little bit of a change up here is that they are going to stack 3 actually on this mid. And it does look like it's going to pay off because that's where the aggression is going to come from, Tay. It's going to get checked.
I really think that, of course, with the Astra pick, they can force out players from corners, lalo na kapag ginamit yung Saki-Saki o yung Gravity Well na tinatawag natin. But this is a hold on market. If they check it out and mag-curveball si Wayugi, it's right on time. Pero hindi na mangyayari yan dahil isang mabilisang push lang. Giljon was able to secure that kill. Pasok na sila sa market. Before, on the other hand, still trying to hold lane. And Dazai here on logs right now. They're not checking it. Guns out, Command Dancer. Kahit saglit lang. Bago samahan kahit armor lang. And nabawasan na nga kahit papano. Budeo was able to take on 1 kill. Now a 2v1 situation. It's only up to Wabak. Wabak is the man. How can he punish these 2 players? Yung spike, that's kanila!
Oh my God!
My God, 1v1
30
with the
seconds
great
left.
one. The only man remaining right now for the team of Atomos Haribuns is the Killjoy. Trying to find him right now. Wabak, slowly. Bumaril siya, parang hindi marinig na nag-drop na siya. Hawak niya na yung spike. Pwede niyang itap yung spike to fake it out dahil may oras pa naman hanggang mag-drop yan sa 5 seconds.
10
Pero
seconds
mukhang
left.
itutuloy na ni Wabak. He can get
My
this
ult ready.
position right now. Now with the ult
killing.
as well. And on the right side, on the right side is Blaze killing him off. Masyadong hyper-focus doon sa stairs.
Oh, Blaze, great play. Great play there. Sneaks across, doesn't panic hearing the spike, goes around to Speedway there. And you're right, sinabi mo na nga, Tay,
Overtime.
that failure to check Dazai in logs was a difference maker there. Being able to convert onto 2, it was just, oh my God, Wabak, you almost had that, but that wasn't your round to win. You shouldn't have been put in that situation. Almost had it, but now it's 14-14, and you would expect these teams, like you said a while ago, no, they're reading each other really well. You really get to know someone better when you play overtime with them, okay? And speaking of getting to know you better, kita silang lahat with that recon, showing this aggressive posture that was back. And Shogun like to play wine crossing there. As soon as they notice that it's a fast push onto this B side right now, Dewey doesn't get the spray. Giljan does though, taking down Dazai, and Blaze is able to secure the site. No one home now. It will be a 3v3 because they were still all stacked on that A side. That all started with that recon bolt.
Alam mo, habang patagal ng patagal yung mga overtime na to, mas maraming mistakes na yung nagagawa ng mga teams na meron tayo. Now, with the post-plan situation na merong Killjoy turret, expected natin na hindi lalabas actually yung mga players ng Thomas Haribuns right now. With the Surigan as well, it will detect players on the side of Exceed Crusaders, and that is Shogun being shut down by Blaze.
Oh my gosh. Really great, just like we've been
Switching
talking about,
sides.
just great coordination there. The
Match
moment that they
point.
saw a bunch of players on that A main area, you just commit fast. You know you have the numbers advantage. You know you can overwhelm them, and overwhelmed they got on the side of Exceed. Back against the wall for the 3rd time here. They had that glimmer of hope, that advantage at 14-13. But that one little mistake has them backs against the wall. Let's see if it costs them this entire game number one. What a crazy game number one. We're just starting the series, ladies and gentlemen. More Valorant to be played between these two teams. The paranoia comes out on Wabak. And nothing to follow up, but they are aggressive all the way through. The Lear comes out, gets traded. We've seen that situation before. Hwayugi trying to convert for more as Budale joins him. Very, very aggressive onto this A side, wanting to end the game here, but it's not going to be that easy. Exceed says, we're not going to give you this game just like that. You can't cheese us that way, as a quick rotation through mid onto B is going to give them a man advantage against the lone Blaze here. Is able to find one, checking his corners. Great trigger discipline, but the patience is not rewarded as they do get the entirety of their team onto the site right now. Shogun aggressing all the way to CD, takes down Budale and gets out of dodge with the jump away. That might be the tie-breaking play for Shogun right now. Guys, look at Chet is able to convert the Vipora. That's two for him. Dash just go for a second, but Giljan takes it away. What a round.
Never ending, bro. This is not gonna end.
Okay!
Iwan na muna namin kayo dyan, tapos tapusin nyo na lang, balitaan nyo na lang kami kung ano mangyayari sa match nyo. But here we are with our fourth overtime.
Fourth, yep.
Yep.
I'm happy about it. I don't know about you, Tay. You know, this is the Valorant I like watching. Hindi siya stump, right? You know, my stakes, may meaty siyang pagkagatin, diba? As a viewer, sheesh. Super fun. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, make sure that you're supporting these teams, shouting their names in the chat room there. But well, because they do need that support, because this is a long-ass game. They need that extra bit of energy as the push does go onto this B side, Tay.
They know how to counter themselves already. They have perfected the art of each other dahil sa sobrang daming rounds na nilaro nila. But this is the paranoia being prepared by Vipora. And nakita ni Nanat lahat ng setup na yan. Wabak was able to take on the first kill. Zai very low on HP, 22 HP remaining on him. Such a good hold from Nanat right here.
Wow.
And Wabak to take another one. And I really think na dapat sinecure muna nila yung tao doon sa stairs kung sakali kaya kahit paano may gawin silang paraan. One by one, they all go down. Isa lang actually yung napatay sa kabila. May kasama pang rest para lang pang asar. Extreme Crusaders. Man, Wabak is already at 37 kills.
It's get that 40, and I mean that entire round was Wabak, but Nanat as well, playing together really well on that B side. Sinabi mo na nga eh, kilala na eh. They knew exactly how to play against them. Wabak and Nanat hitting their shots, peeking off of each other. Really great synergy there, and I don't know, is that PLM getting a little tired? Can't happen. You're against match point right now.
This is a best of 3 too.
Yeah. Bawal mapagod.
Best of 3 man. Kaya bawal mapagod. And this first map is already excruciating for both teams that we have right here. Not only for Exceed Crusaders, but also for Atomos Haribons. But now, the push is set for Exceed Crusaders. This is a slow as well. Alam nila kung saan posisyon ni Vipora, pero nabulag. 2 kills for them. 2-1 trade lang. Wayugi was able to punish Dewey though. And Budale! Ito na yung labasan ng mga utilities. Labasan ng mga skills for both sides of the teams. It's now up to Shogun. Yet again, he gets one. Not the second though. As we head in to our 5th overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
I know you so well now.
Oh my god, it just never ends. And I mean, it's always just, you know, one team, one player. Wabak makes a star play, and then this time it was Vipora just holding it down. Does so much damage, takes down 2, effectively takes down 4 with how low he got the other players. And it was just a matter of the entire PLM coming in to clean up there. And Exceed cannot close this game out. You'd think that they had the momentum already. You saw how fast they wanted to get on that A side, but wasn't able to make it happen. This time though, with an opening pick from Giljet, it's these little things. These little opening picks, these little moments that you don't really count in the grand scheme of things, but they are the difference maker. But on the other side, Vipora takes down your star player, your terror buffed Wabak falls down, and a 4-4 is the situation with a heavy emphasis on mid.
Oh man. Dale, he might be caught off guard here, and that is exactly what happened as Nana takes the kill. Ito naman yung paranoia para lang may fake sa pag-TP. Fake out na naman, akyat dito sa taas, and maybe try to punish another player. Nakatakas siya dun. Well played, Vipora. Well played.
Great TP
Buti na lang
out.
na-take yung yung A-short actually.
Yeah. Playing the map really well right now, but Shogun does have the positional advantage onto this hell portion. The Hells don't cover, the Fires don't cover Hell. Oh my goodness, and is able to get him down, and Dewey as well. Suddenly they got to the site, but they couldn't hold it down, and that is going to be 17-16. Blaze, I don't know if he purposefully pushed it up there onto the Heaven side. I think he did, but di na check yung Hell and gets punished for it. The mistakes are piling up. You see it back and forth.
Match point for the side of Exceed Crusaders. Mental fortitude ang labanan ngayon ng mga players, mga teams natin dito. Dahil as long as tuloy-tuloy tong overtime, magsasawa tong players natin sa isa't isa. Recon right here on mid, and the Zai was able to be spot by the players of Exceed Crusaders. May Recon din nakatapat yan, and that is back being spot also. With the Zai getting a kill on kill dyan, nung wala yung smoke dito ng Exceed Crusaders, may hirapan sila makapag-entry dito kapag di na-pop yung mga smoke.
Oh my
Wala
God.
din si Dewey. Iyak na ako, guys.
Okay, it's looking like a 17-17.
Pero, isipin mo matatapos ng match na to, malapit na mag-cast na Masters Berlin.
Yeah, okay, I thought you were gonna get an early night, you know, we already had a 2-0. Oh, he heard you! Wabak and Nanat heard you! Get their rest, they say! Let's end this game, let's finish it now! Shogun is able to find Vapora and is able to find Blaze as well! Looking to seal the deal! Shogun saying, Terror, we want you to get some sleep before Masters! Let's see if Dazai has something to say about it, though, has to check. The cross right now from Shogun, smokes it off, trying to isolate an angle, but jumps down!
No way!
And gets taken down, dropped as he hits the ground, and that is going to be XC Crusaders taking your first game, the pride and joy of Mindanao. Take Ascent, the pick of PLM.
That is a very excruciating match right there that we've got. Exceed Crusaders. Despite doon sa mga rounds na talagang malaki yung difference nila, humabol pa rin eh. Umabot pa tayo sa 5 o 6 na overtime if I am not mistaken. And that last round, it was even a 3v2 situation. And they still managed to take on the side, plant the spike, and do a post plant against Thomas Haribons. Look at this, making it a 2v1. Si Wabak dito, nakakuha siya ng isang kill. And it was a 3v3, then a 3v2 happened. Tinuloy nila yung pagplant ng spike. And once that happened, yung kill mula kay Shogun as well dahil dun sa lumabas sa Heaven. It was definitely there, made things happen, and XC Crusaders takes just game number 1 that we have right here. Game 1 pa lang yun, guys. The best of 3 series na to.
There's so much more exciting Valorant action to come, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the high-stakes, high-octane Division B. Terrar, thank you so much for having it on the broadcast and casting this badass game. And more to come, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited to see these two teams performing neck and neck with each other. Let's see if Hercules silang dalawa, if they go the distance, because it's sure as hell looking like it. We're going to go to a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrar, anything final words before we get on to that?
I'll see you later until 4 in the morning at Masters Berlin, guys. Thanks for having me here. And of course, enjoy the next following games. Exceed Crusaders, that is 1-0. Best of 3 to. And gaya na sabi mo, Desi, we're just gonna go head into a short break. Maya-maya lang, iba na ang makakasama nyo. Mag-shape shift muna ako para sa inyong lahat, guys. So maraming salamat. See you in a few minutes. Huwag kayong aalis.
Ako naman ngayon.
Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Pero sa mga araw na yun, many years ago, higit pa sa fishballs ang binigay niya sa akin. He taught me na walang di natutupad na pangarap sa taong handang magsumikap.
Dami niya na.
Panghapunan,
Pantoga,
Atin ang pangarap. Atin ang pagsisikap. Atin ang mundo. Globe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AcadArena University Alliance Cup Season 3 Division B Valorant. We are neck deep into what is a very tight series for the final slot for the promotional tournament. I am Desiderata, and after that, really killer game, Tayrar had to go get some rest before VCT Berlin, and coming back in that case is Mochi to join me. Welcome back, Mochi.
Yes. Hi, and I saw that you really had such of a match. With desperation, 5 consecutive overtimes from PLM and
Nakita ba natin nun
Fire.
ever in UAC yet? That deep of a... Baka record setting pala yun na longest match thus far in UAC. There you go. Record setters here, ladies and gentlemen. Day 5.
Might be. Yeah, and I mean, it's just, ano naman parang maiintindihan mo rin naman kasi kung bakit. And, they're just really fighting over that promotional spot. Like, who
Definitely.
wouldn't, diba? So,
Definitely.
it's really, it's really comforting and really, rewarding for their side. Considering that they really gave their all. Kitang-kita naman natin.
And but yun nga, when you expend that much energy and then have other games to play, it's really the mental fortitude and even the physical fortitude that's gonna be the difference maker here. And Exceed, it's a conversation of, okay, getting that win, does that give you momentum or naubusan na ba kayo ng bala? And hopefully if the Pride and Joy of Mindanao wants to take this and continue on our streak of 2-0s, diba? una sa 2-0 yung trend natin ngayon,
Yeah.
they gotta carry that momentum, watch.
Yeah, let's see. And ay, Bushi, ikaw na naman mag-buff. Pwede naman! Sige, I'll give you a buff. Why not? Let's see paano magyayari dyan. And oh no, they're
Sino
just
yung ibabuff
spamming.
mo?
Sige. Let's see. Kung saan si Cholo, sige, yun yung ibabuff ko.
Okay, so exceed. So 2-0 si Cholo.
May chance. Tignan natin. Kaya lang at the same time, yung pinsan ko nasa Atomos eh.
Okay. So split ka.
Split.
That's the third map. Our second map is Bind. This is going to be XU's pick. So yun nga, XU beat PLM on their map pick, on their comfort ascent. And now they get their comfort of Bind. So in a very good position here, maybe to hopefully seal the deal for this day. But, PLM, they've made it to promotionals once before. This is their time to even it up, to let that dream of returning stay alive no much. But here in Bind, what are you thinking? What do you want to see out of these two teams?
Well, of course, a raise is a given, and as well as a Sova. And at the same time, knowing that those two really good, play hand in hand with each other, considering that there are two entry duelists for the side of Atomos Haribons. We have a Jet, we have a raise. It's just going to be a big problem for Exit Crusaders when they are onto the defender side. But at this point in time, seems like we won't be seeing that for a while, considering that they'll be the attackers. But I think they're really looking good, considering that they'll be having the two initiator setup. If ever that they'll be locking that in, it will be pretty good as well.
Yeah, no Sentinel for the side
Select your
of
agent.
for the side of the Atomos Harbones, even if they are starting on the defender side. But they have a lot of utility on their belt, so may not be that much of an effect. We see Nanat once again playing the Sage to block off those fast entries, especially onto that A short area. And a difference right now in controller picks for these two teams, definitely. We got the Brim with the simultaneous smokes, but of course on the side of PLM, they have the Astra. So Exceed played the Astra last game, and we didn't really see that much value come out of it as much as maybe they would have liked. But let's see if in Vipora's hands, who we've seen be one of the most high impact controllers, let's see if it will be a different tone there. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting into our second game of this long series thus far. Let's see if it's going to be faster or it will be more of the same going the distance, as a pause is called here on the side of XC. Just doing a quick reconnect here. Got to make sure that they're in tip-top shape going into this match.
Yes, I agree. And may I ask whose decision is this Bind map?
It's XU's pick. So, yeah,
okay.
They are definitely in advantage in that regard.
Interesting. Is it because automatically this might be a really good advantage for them, especially if they are really comfortable playing in this map. But at the same time, we've seen that despite earlier from the first series, despite it has been picked by the side of wait a minute, the side of Python Jorum, it didn't play in accordance to their plan, so it might be something.
That's true.
It's the same thing, or it would all be up to their advantage. So let's see if it will vary, considering that they really did a heck of a match earlier, and I think that just boosted up their morale. It boosted up their confidence. 5 consecutive overtimes and winning it, it's such a fulfilling feeling. So perhaps Exit Crusaders might still bring that here on our second match.
Yeah, got the momentum going. They have the map comfort, but you never know too, right? Baka binabait nila ng PLM that, we'll give away Bind, but yun pala, it's one of those maps that they're also very, very dominant on. So we'll see what they're able to pull out here. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the AcadArena University Alliance Cup. We are powered by Globe Telecom, ASUS, ROG, Logitech G, and so many things to be thankful for, especially you guys who have been tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the action. Hope you guys have been supporting your teams. And if you would like to get in on that action or maybe just explore more of campus gaming, there's no better place to do it than at the heart of campus gaming and esports with AcadArena. Make sure to go over to acadarena.com/the alliance, and maybe who knows, if you have a student organization, for example, Mochi here is the El Presidente of
Oh my gosh,
the
you don't have to.
SFU fit. She's a student leader in her own right. So definitely not just play, right? Yun yung
Yep.
tagline ng Ateria, not just play. There's so much to offer here in the local campus gaming industry. So try your hand
Mhm.
at it, join the alliance, and find all the wonderful, wonderful opportunities available for you there.
Yes, I agree. And if you haven't seen the scholarships that AcadArena can offer to you, you can freely go and refer to our pinned post onto the AcadArena page because you should go and apply right now. Because come on, who wouldn't want academic scholarships? Just giving a whole new advantage or a whole new, it just lessens the load, the financial load
Yeah.
on your family, and as well as just really fulfilling knowing that it's something na akala mo sayang lang yung paglalaro, but at the same time you can actually earn it and it can even aid your studies, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Like imagine number one, what a time to be alive
Yeah.
in an era that there are scholarships for gaming. That's like crazy. First of its kind here in Southeast Asia. But number two,
Mhm.
not only that, because this is the second cycle for the AcadArena scholarships, by the way. They did this back in 2020, and a bunch of student leaders, student competitors, and households in need got
Mhm.
awarded scholarships and aid, which is wonderful. But now they're also opening up a more diverse catalog that supports other types of gamers, like for example content
Yeah.
creators. So if you're a content creator, you can get support and reach more people, build a community.
Mhm.
You're gonna appreciate this a lot because there's now one for representation and diversity in the women in gaming scholarship.
Yes,
I mean, talk to us
definitely.
about that.
Mhm.
How does
And
that
we
feel
also
like? Yeah.
it's just really empowering, to be honest, knowing that the women are really having the attention or
Right.
the good thing, basta in general, it's just like a
Oh,
blessing naman nga talaga na at least it lessens the stigma and the discrimination against women in esports, and it just
true.
gives a whole new perspective and a whole new chance for them
Yeah,
or for us
because
rather.
for you guys, for everyone, and that's the biggest thing, right? It's definitely not, just for men, even if it seemed
Mhm.
that way.
Yeah.
I have a sister who grew up gamer, and hopefully that's the narrative that Acad Arena is trying to change now. So for all of you women out there who are gamers, and hopefully this is your way of feeling a little bit more confident about that, owning that, because it is a wonderful thing. And not just that, so we've talked about the new scholarships. One of the other newer developments is support for studies much.
Mhm.
So diba sinabi mo,
Yes.
like it can support your studies literally directly. Kung senior student ka tapos
Yeah.
nagte-thesis ka for some project in your school para sa course mo, pwede kayo mag-apply for a grant to support that thesis, kasi minsan may
Mhm.
spend yun, 'di ba? May gastos minsan yung thesis, and not just the financial aspect, but that study grant, you can also get support directly from AcadArena in order
Yes.
to shape your thesis, whether that be in aspects of the research. So there are so many wonderful things, guys. I'm just fanboying over
Mhm.
AcadArena. I've been fanboying about them for a while. Of course, Mochi and I love them for
Who
many
wouldn't?
reasons, but this is just another one of them. So if you want to try your hand at a scholarship, go to acadarena.com/scholarships to check that out. We're having a little bit of a re-lobby here. The server wasn't that good for the teams, so
Mhm.
we'll get there. But before we get to that much, I mean, looking at this matchup right now with the advantage that Exceed has, they have had an amazing run here
Yeah,
in the lower bracket. No,
I
you
agree.
casted the previous Division B day. I think it was last Friday. Was it that you were there, or was that
Mhm.
Sunday?
Let me check real quick with my notes because I have it at hand. Don't you worry.
Don't you
And
worry.
yes, I casted one of their teams, and they've gone against Elix Hydra.
Yes.
So Yeah, they
Sorry,
wanted that.
Academy. Yep.
Yeah. It's cool. They really did well. It's the upper hand talaga for their
Mhm.
side. And knowing that they're on there, if I'm not mistaken, they're really doing well at this point in time, considering nakita mo naman kanina kahit sa mga face cams pa lang, they're
Yeah.
pretty alam mo yun, powered up in
Yes.
every round they win. And that is something that you would ideally want, no, while you're playing then. Kasi sometimes yung iba, nanalo, o sige. Iba kasi yung, alam mo yun, iba yung sampal, iba yung sapak, iba
Yes.
yung impact.
Tama.
Kumbaga, na pagka na nag-empower ka na, let's go guys! Na ganun kayo ng gano'n. Yung gigil na gigil kayo.
Nakakainit na parang, di ba, minsan yung mga players dito nag-hot hands, but when it's the
Yeah.
entire team na nahahype, ramdam mo yun eh. Di ba? And it's that
Mm-mm.
type of energy that will likely be the difference maker and push one of these teams into that coveted promotional tournament. We already know everyone else. I think sila na lang ang naghihintay that we're waiting on rather, because we already know that from Division A, the teams that have dropped are the Paradigm Vanguards,
Mm-hmm.
TUP's Gearhawks,
Yep.
FUM's Tams FX, and the USC Portal Warriors. So what's interesting there is bali proof yan no na malakas talaga yung Div B, that only one team fell back into the promotionals. So baka yun, if one of these teams right now, Thomas Harbon's Exit, are able to just get over that very very difficult mountain of the promotionals, baka they'll
Mm-hmm.
find a lot of success in Div A themselves because kaya eh.
Yeah.
Kaya. And of course, thus far in the tournament, we have determined that MSU, Excalibur IIT, another half of the Prides of Mindanao coming on, as well as returning to the promotional tournaments, Apex Tamaraws, the rivals. Oh my
Mm-mm.
gosh, the literal rivals of
True.
PLM here. PLM and FEU, Alabang, Apex Tamaraws have been going at it since Season 2 Division B. So interesting to
Mm-hmm.
see that. And like you mentioned, your game with Terrar, it was MGS Spades getting knocked out. Div
Mm-hmm.
18 yun. Lahat ng Div 18 that were relegated last season are not making it to the promotionals. That is
Yes.
crazy to me.
Yeah, I actually agree. Like I didn't even expect it to. Like I saw how they are grinding enough in going to the promotions, but at the same time there's something lacking and it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
And at the same time, at least it just, in the receiving end of it, of course it's not that good. At least there's some more room for improvement, and it's just a matter of thinking on where should you go, where what you should change and stuff. But at the same time, it gives a lot of a whole new load of opportunities to the new
Yes.
teams who are going to the promotionals, and that is something that we want as well, giving chance to others to prove themselves. And they'll venture a new world. Like for example, you've been from Div B, being in Div A is an entirely different story.
Yep.
And it's just giving your all na lang talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi once stepping up, you will be greedy for more. It's
Yes.
it's the normal instinct of people na talaga na once you have it, then you want
Magiging gutom. Yeah.
for more. Yeah, magugutom at magugutom ka for that win, the victories, and
Yeah.
even for the championship if possible. Diba?
Yeah, for sure. And these two teams, we've seen it happen. Of course, on Division A, former teams that came from Division B. One of them now going off to the playoffs. The MGS clubs looking really strong. So
Mm-hmm.
these teams right now, at least meron silang ano ba tawag doon? Example, like glimmer of na posible eh. Meron na silang path, right? That okay, kaya, we just need to get through promotions. We've seen it done before. We can do it
Mm-hmm.
ourselves now. And like you said, it's the new generation, right? It's this new
Yeah.
generation of teams. A lot of the old guard ng original UAC. I say old guard. I mean the UAC is only in its third year, no? But
Mm-hmm.
ganun talaga sa collegiate eh. Mabilis yung turnover kasi
The
4 years
pacing, yeah.
people graduate, right? So
Yep.
the scene, the flavors get renewed and refreshed very often, no? And we are getting an update. It does seem like Nanat is having a little bit of trouble right now, but he will be reconnecting soon, much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, any shoutouts to any viewers right now? Anong sinasabi ng mga tao sa chat? Kamusta sila?
Actually, natatawa ako ako dito kay Kuya Cholo. Kanina niya pa sinasabi. Kasi we mentioned na naman nagkwekwentuhan tayo dun sa Alliance na GC. Like sinasabi natin, I wanted to change na alisin yung club din sa Itamaraw Esports and stuff. Sige, gawin natin the Itamaraws Esports, and it just when you made it into compressed na abbreviation doesn't sound or even look good. So I shouldn't actually. You know what? Never mind. TEC is good enough.
Peace is a great name, really great organization. There are a lot of great organizations out there. Malay nyo, mga may organization kayo sa school nyo, you just don't know. You know, give it a check. Give it a check it out. Loading screen na po daw si Nanat, and well,
Let's go.
let's go. Going into this game, at least, no, I guess, yun nga, sa sobrang haba ng game 1, at least to a degree, these teams are getting a chance to rest and compose
Yeah,
themselves
at
a little
least,
bit.
talon-talon muna sa bunny hopping muna kayo dyan or kung ano mang trip nyo. Iba nga gumagawa pa ng ritual, but I don't think that they'll be doing that because they're really dead serious about this game. And sabi ni Kuya, sabi ni Kuya Chol, did she just kuya me?
Ha!
Bawal ba? Eh di wag, Char. Cholo! Cholo!
I know. Hit him with that. Hit him with the kuya, ladies and gentlemen. The keyword. Speaking of keywords, if you want to hit the whoa, hindi
Well.
kami sa cam. No one saw it. Thank God no one saw that. But hit the whoa with AcadArena on TikTok. Make sure to follow AcadArena at AcadArena rather if you want to be a part of the giveaway. If you are part of the first 1,000 followers, you will be eligible for a giveaway. So there you go. TikTok, AcadArena, and post something, whether that be a tweet or a TikTok itself. Do hashtag AA TikTok giveaway, and that is it. The barriers have been lifted as we get back into the action and to open the bala. Nakita na sila si Shogun tsaka si Wabak on the back side. And 2-on-2 situation as a Trailblazer does lead through. Gets a little bit of a concuss onto Budelos. Ito na naman yung mga aggressive plays on defender side. No much. The guiding light, a lot of utility expended here. And just teams on the other side. Look at the other side of the map. Just getting as much space as you can. Dewey and I think that is Vipora, yes. Trading blows, but the blows went the way of Wayugi as he takes down F-Them here. Nana trying to go for the refrag, but is unable to get it. Wayugi now trying to convert into a second. Let's see if he gets it. Nana with the jumping right was able to flick back to him. Good control of his gun there as already before you're trying to put a star, but you're gonna get taken down by the lightning. Trying to get up from elbow there, but had a lineup for him, and the spike goes down 4v3 situation watch.
Yeah, from what they've witnessed, just trades by trades, pretty simple. But at the same time, I like the manner that they really got in and go for the slow push. But at this point in time, they're all blocked off for the side of Thomas Harbus. This might be really crucial for them, considering the Budala is already with that kill on the shock dart, and there has already been the trade. The first seed is now 1v2. Budala is the only one remaining here.
He's going for the knife! No! Nanat!
Nanat? Magpausap tayo, Nanat. Nanat? Nanat? Ba't ka nag-knife, Nanat?
Ay nako, lagot ka kay Ate Mochi. Mapaglitan ka na.
Naku po, Nanat. You could have used a pistol. At the same time, I'm amazed that you knife him. But in the receiving end, oh my God, Nanat.
Good. Well, you know, we talk about momentum, we talk about energy, we talk about good vibes. Nakaka-good vibes naman talaga yung knife, no? We feel good about being able to do an opponent like that. Pero nagalit, oh! Nagalit yung almost Haribons, pushing out all the way with Frenzy. Going for a second, gets taken out by Shogun though. All the way back into Wishbone here, but gets tagged with a quick dink with a pistol. 4 HP. Takbo Shogun is even trying to pre-fire. Trying to get away, but the spike has already gone down. Watch, they're chasing him, but the spike! The spike! Guys! Hello!
They're just rotating all over the place. There's 4 people onto the hookah area trying to go for and push them in, but it can still be spamming now. The spike is already put down, rather. But at the same time, this may be really difficult. So you think about the C is that they have the speakers that has to. Yep, that is it. That's the problem that I'm saying. This is the
You know, when you jump out of hookah one by one against a flurry of bullets, it's probably not gonna go that well. Make that 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They get all sprayed down, and that is a very convincing first 2 rounds for the side of
Oh
XU.
my.
And ayun lang, you know, this is what we were afraid of. I mean, it's still early on, but PLM needs to check themselves, right? Like, pagod ba tayo? Do we need to get our energy up? You know, I wouldn't be opposed to them calling a quick tack pause already here. Just say, okay, reset that. If they lose this gun round, it might get difficult for them. But, you know,
Yeah,
we've seen
I
how
agree.
competent these teams are. You know, Thomas Harabuns has shown up once before. They are looking to show up again as Dazai playing a little bit patient here on Lamps. And, well, just waiting for where the first bit of aggression is going to come. It does look like there's already space being taken onto Bath's Mochi.
And let us see what will happen, considering that they might be going on to our A site just in a bit, and Nana is just popping off right now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's make it a 2-0 because I'm that confident that we can do so, and I can even top frag for you despite being a Sage. So that leads us to the question: is Sage a Sentinel? But I guess that would not be answered yet, as they might be now committing onto our readily available A site, just going
Down
and
A.
oh no! Oh no!
Spike wasn't dropped and went for the plant,
That's
but
a
they broke
problem.
through the wall. That is a problem. They forced the TP. I don't know if this was part of the plan. I don't think it was part of the plan, but you know, they're making the adjustment. So good heads up thinking from the side of XC here. Oh, Shogun, no, you're not supposed to have your knife out there. Gets punished for it. Well, back though, tries to catch Budeo with the Yuta lows. He'll take him down. Oh, FM pushes him though. Great refrag from him, but it doesn't matter because the gun advantage and the numbers advantage. Dewey has something to say about it though. 1v1 situation now. Has a recon and it's planted for him on hookah. Let's see what that recon gives. He's not thinking. Gets it to half. Jumps onto the box. Yee-hee-hee. 1v1 situation and he gets
Good
it.
thing I was with
Oh
you.
my Dewey. Hee-hee. Look at that
These
spray. Look at the spray.
guys.
Look at the spray.
These guys are just overpowered right now. You know, they're just let's go to their teammates and just sheesh, they're really doing well. But at the same time, Thomas Harabons are, you know, they're really getting iffy with the previous rounds that we have witnessed, and it's already actually this is almost going to be a landslide. It's already the red alarm for the rainfall before even all of the rocks and the remaining lands to, you know, just go down. But let's see what will happen here.
Let's see what will happen indeed. And that losing that rifle round for them, that was a bonus for Exceed, and they still ran away with it. Dewey able to pull up the clutch there. You know, he's able to pull out a very amazing play from him, but Budale through the smoke. Oh, he does clip him though. He does clip him with the Molotov. Like that little bit of HP was taken down, really clutch play. And there's also a resurrection too available for him, so they basically didn't lose anything. Before gotta get out of front HP. Woo! Well, but FDM is there, able, even without that one way, is enough to take him down. Dazai on his lonesome with the Sheriff. This isn't eco for them, but it does look like it's going to be a
Spike
flawless
planted.
anti-eco from the side of XU, especially since now they know that Blaze did TP.
Yes, I agree. And there's now a 1v5. I hope that the Blaze would be able to push this out, at least make it a bit expensive. I guess not, because Nanat is there.
Oh my.
Oh no, the tactical teabag is at play too!
Oy.
The disrespect!
Oy, nag-knife na kayo. Kota na kayo. Nakakota na kayo sa BM.
Sino yun? Shogun! Shogun? Na?
Shogun?
Shogun?
Na-
Nakausapin kita, Shogun.
Oy,
Shogun.
Shogun ha?
Shogun, I make palo. Shogun. Shogun.
Yo, Shogun.
Nako po.
Buddy, run as far as you can. Masakit yung palo ni Mochi. You know, but Shogun right now does have the Seekers at play now. Everything kind of just going their way. And Exceed, yung momentum, iba talaga yung momentum talaga ng Mochi. Like, you know, getting that first win being able to convert that into the energy to close this out. Wayugi has an operator though and finds Dewey on the other side. That is a great opening pick for them. Budale takes down FTM, wins that duel, so suddenly they have a man advantage with the rotation coming in from the side of Exceed, and the map has closed in all around them. Wayugi's already looking at Hookah, exactly where Nana is going to peek. Let's see if he's able to do it. He steps off! Okay, smoke was coming down, he repositions. Great call, but they will have the site, especially with that wall on elbow. They're gonna be cut off there, forces it away. That Recon gets one, slows down the push. Already pinging is Nanat, shot calling for his team here. Nanat really feeling himself coming alive in this game on Bind. And 5-man retake though is at their doorstep, Mochi.
Yeah, nice timing for the smoke by the way earlier, but let's see as Budal is just trying to go for the chalk dirt. Now that's already low, but still managed to get a kill back as well.
remaining.
Following that, and I guess this brings us now to a 1v2.
One enemy remaining.
Will be getting Wayugi, and oh no, this would be pretty difficult. Oh,
Now this
off the 3-kill streak! Oh my gosh! And pulled off that clutch, and they're just fired up now.
Oh my gosh, Vipora didn't swing out. Hwayugi was taken down. So number one, what a shot by Shogun taking down Hwayugi, who was walk peeking with an operator. But the trade didn't come through from Vipora, and especially as the retake was coming, Exceed was able to trade out. They were behind. That was a 3v5 situation, and they still come
Managed to
away with it.
Yeah, they win it as well. I don't know. It's just maybe it's really unfortunate for the side of the Thomas Harbors. Maybe they didn't really utilize the amount of manpower that they have. Oh no, but Dazi will be caught off guard by Wabag securing that kill, trading his comrade. But it's now a 4v4, and just a little bit more, they might be committing onto our A side just in a bit with Blaze by the bathrooms area. And the Hunter Fury is now online, but that would not be enough to put anyone down. But I guess not anymore, as FTM will be removed out of the map. 3v3 situation. The Trailblazer is out, and the Seekers is readily prepared by Blaze. In just an amount of time, it will be put out. Just fighting off all the remaining members of the Exceed Crusaders, and we will be seeing if they'll be able to retake this as well. Wayugi with that Blaze Storm will be connected, but will be shut down by Shogun as well. Budale with a blind shot with that Sheriff. This brings us down to a 1v1 with Nana, the only one remaining, and whoop! Oh no. Nana! What? Nana!
That was really great mechanical play there out of Nanat. Understand the jiggle was happening, so what he did was just pre-fires and walks out, right? Because you're gonna lose the peeker's advantage there. He was gonna get killed there, but he swings out anyway with the pre-fire. Nanat popping off the game. He was a little quiet game one. Man's woken up, and he is
Stage pick as well.
with a Sage pick too. It's a duelist Sage top fragging for your team, and that was almost a really great eco effort from the side of PLM. You know, especially in that situation, you're happy to make it that it's almost that close. Budale with some really good shots, but now at this situation, if you can have that same performance on an eco, you gotta deliver on a buy. But the trade goes his way as FTM is able to take down Blaze, but gets traded by Budale, and well, you're pushed out that aggressively onto Fountain. You don't know where they are. They were probably just right behind you, and it is going to be a numbers advantage once again for the side of XC. But Vipora swings out with Gravity Well. Really great play by him. Tries to go for a second, but Wabak able to find him before that happens, and Nanat with the res. Such high impact play from this Sage because he's getting so much kills. He's able. I think this is his second res this game, and it's just it's what allows them to secure these rounds because it always feels like they're a man up going into these post plants.
True, I agree. And I also like how Abak is really good in securing the spots with the smoke's timing as well, really preventing a lot of information to be leaked out for the opposing team. And I think they're really good with their angles as well. Considering that this is now a 2v4, of course, this would be a major advantage in the hands of XC Crusaders, and they'll be rushing Yayugi, and that operator will be deemed useless, and Dazen will be the one remaining here. They're rushing in it. Earning the last kill, bringing us to 0-7. Astounding landslide of consecutive rounds into the hands of Exceed Crusaders. And I think, oh no, did I transfer the buff fully to Exceed?
Yeah, no, I mean, you got
Uh,
Terrar buffing
uh-huh,
Exceed. You came in, and then I
uh-huh.
guess I guess it carried over. These Exceed guys,
Ooh,
they're looking so good. Hwayugi not getting any value out of the operator there.
I
And that's
agree.
so tough, because especially those are those rounds that you gotta get that turnaround or else it just slips further and further away. It's an
Mm-hmm.
either or, right? You go into an eco, you get that buy. If you're not able to get those buy wins, it becomes this much of a landslide. As a timeout,
Yeah.
very, very smart timeout from the side of PLM. But look at Exceed on your screen right now. Look at those calls being made. They're communicating with each other. They look calm and composed. This
Mm-hmm.
team, this team looks alive. They don't
Yeah.
even look phased by that OT last round. And that I don't know if that's the same story for PLM.
Yeah, if anything, it's just the morale just goes out of the roofs. And I really thought that Hal would be the only one receiving the. But let's see. Seems like it's another different story for the Div B. But this is just really great. Looking really pog for the side of Exceed Crusaders. I can't emphasize that enough. But I think they'll be going for a different stance. They'll be playing safe at this point in time.
Playing safe, but Dazai with the showstopper trying to find aggressive, and it hits the
Oh,
box. It hits the box. It doesn't find any value out of it. And they
ooh.
punish. They are punishing that play right now. Blaze,
Last
though,
player
aggressing
standing.
all the way through on his own, has a gun in his hand. He was
Mhm.
able to pick up a gun in his hand even in this eco. So I'm not gonna say winnable, but there is a chance, right?
Yeah, there's
And
a chance.
he will have to take it 1v1. Exceed, this is their round to throw at this point, right? They were
Mhm.
able to punish the hyper aggressive play out of Dazai, committing that showstopper even on an eco. And so you just gotta play together, make sure Blaze isn't able to isolate these 1v1s.
Mhm. And let's see if Blaze would be able to clutch this out or at least make it a bit more expensive for the side of Thomas Haribus. But I guess that won't even affect it much considering they have really good numbers for credits right now. But oh no, the crossfire! Oh my gosh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, good cross there. I mean, technically, Blaze had a guiding light there to maybe play for, maybe swings 180s to the other, but that's why you got crosses, and that's why it's always so tough to go onto those 1v multiple situations already on a post plan. Usually, the 1v multiple situations that are won, parang in the thick of the moment, eh. You know,
Mm-hmm.
andun ka na, medyo may positional advantage ka. But in that situation, it's a little tough. Good effort nonetheless. But the effort needs to come this round. You know,
Yeah.
yun nga, mga eco nila, they actually are performing pretty damn well when it comes to their ecos. But then it's when they get to these gun rounds that they're not able to extract enough value. So that needs to be the change
Mm-hmm.
up here. Talking about the ultimate economy, though, not in their favor. Vipora does have the cosmic divide. But I mean, this is the trend, right? I mean, attacker sided, especially here in Division B. Exceed really milking it, and oh my gosh, I don't want to see that zero maintained, but it just might. Oh,
True.
the gravity well.
Oh, what a wonderful timing for the gravity well to be putting off F-Tempo, but still he got that kill. And Blaze will be there to trade for it as well. It's now 4v4. Let's see what will happen as we see that the lamps are already occupied by Dazai.
Grabe.
They're rotating on 4B, which is readily available. And I think we are seeing a common pattern here. They keep rotating onto our B site. Sometimes it's not being caught off upon Atomo's Harbus, but at least before we'll be there to spring one frag, but I guess we'll be traded by back instead, still equalize in terms of manpower, and now the spike has been planted.
Scanning ahead.
We can really see why this is the comfort pick for the side of XU. It is trades both
Last
ways though,
player
but Nana
standing.
swings out of Tube there, goes for the second and gets it.
Why?
Wow, eyes behind the back of his head, is able to check. Blaze was pushing in, and that these guys know bind. They know, okay, do we have a site through and through? Is it a dominant position? No, we'll TP. And by that time, yung parang timing nila, it's the pace that they fake the spike. They do it enough that the rotation comes, that they're assured that it comes, and then they TP. I think what Thomas has to do here is instead of rotating through CT, if you know the push is coming A, take space mid, take space B short so you can cut off those rotations, right? But it might, I don't know if that's too little too late here because it's 0-9, Mochi. That is a steep mountain to climb.
That is really steep indeed, and I don't think it's possible. But at the same time, it's not just something you can be confident about. But I guess you'll be trying to attempt for a pick, but I guess not gonna be backing out of that, and not at least scoring one. Instead, as the guiding light would be connecting onto Wayugi would not connect any of those shots from the Sheriff, and as well as the orbital strike, cornering him onto that area. Really good positioning of that ultimate 3v5, and still this is a round to be won by XC Crusaders. And you know what, Desiderata, they're just really good with their utilization too, but Blaze will be getting the kill onto a back with a crispy shot of the Sheriff, but I think this will be a difficult time for them to go for that retake.
Definitely difficult, but with shots like that, Blaze, if he gets another one, no, just on his shoulder, doesn't get it, and that is going to be double digits here for the side of Exceed, and good golly ganoush. I guess the hope was PLM makes it a 3-9 there, to make the 3-9 curse go in their favor, but what was it? Terror and I said 7-5 is winnable, 8-4 is doable, 9-3 is cursed, 10-0 is... that's rough, buddy.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy. But
we don't want to talk about that.
but PLM,
oh my God.
Spirit, laban lang. This is where that fighting spirit comes in. Understand that to a degree. There's not a lot to lose. You just got to play your hearts out. And Vipora, we've seen it. He is the impact fragger for his team and is able to find those opening picks. But it's the issue of converting that into round wins. What it feels like PLM's unable to do. And they need to be able to do that now. They have a man advantage. Play it. Never mind. Nana Kirby. Anong man advantage? Man advantage Desiderata. Walang kwenta yung man advantage ko. Yun kasi may resurrection ako. Si Dewey, meron pang Hunter's Fury. Naghahanap pa ng isa. Pero, not going to clip anyone here. F them. Right now, trying to clear out Blaze, who was trying to take space. Almost in, but look again, PLM, they're rotating through CT, and that's just going to be one by one, and that's not going to go too well for you. Great pain shells, maybe going to do a lot of damage on the back. It's able to actually find Wabak. That's a very, very top fragger taken down there, at least top fragger last game. Nana, though, on 11 HP, has his heal in 2, 1. It's not going to get it off. No, Wayugi takes him down, but Dewey is there on lamps. Blaze gets the trade, but the Seekers do come out here. FTM 2v2 situation right now, holding it from short. The fake tap goes on him, and it's going to be 2 because right now, where is Shogun? Shogun is all the way in baths. And Wayugi's already looking at him. The knives are not connecting though, but it's already there, all the way there. The spike was already too far gone. Wayugi is able to get a point for his team on the board. Very, very good retake there. I honestly think it's funny that we chalk it up to util, but that round was won by Dazai's paint shells.
Yes, I agree. And considering that it dealt a lot of damage onto Nanat, who's planting as well, like 11 HP left and barely made the heal, sadly. It's just it really game changing for that round, but still ang dami pa nilang kakainin na bigas talaga sabi ni Taylor na actually hindi lang only rice, baka ilang sako na yan, but let's see kung kaya pa nilang bawiin to, no? Considering nga na still napakayaman pa rin ng XC Crusaders, not gonna lie, with their credits as well, they can win a couple more rounds and don't even mind it.
Yeah, I mean, look, in these situations, I think it's also just, the playstyle of these teams. And we've seen PLM also have very strong attacker rounds. So if they get there, maybe they'll be able to. But no, if you get those attacker rounds, yeah, you might pop off a bit. But when you're back against the wall against double digits, it's going to be so tough. Why be trying to do something about it, though, but is not able to get the second kill onto FTM there. Vipora playing in the smoke. Really great heads-up play from him, trying to make things happen for his team. But already, we've seen this so much from this team. Okay, nahihirapan dito tayo sa TP. But interesting change. They're not TPing all together. It's a little bit slow. It was a fake. It was a fake mochi. Oh, it's just a double TP. And now it's just Vipora on his
30
own.
seconds
Wow, these
left.
guys are mind games. These guys are mind games. The ability of XE to weave around this map, maybe we'll fake it B, we'll try again A. Wait, so Vipora is still here? Sige, then we'll go back. It forces Vipora to use the Cosmic Divide. That's how dumbfounded he is
10 seconds
that he's
left.
committing the ultimate here.
And they even waited out for the time. It means they're that concrete and detailed with their plan. And they even got
player
to
standing.
all the way, you know, it's just really great for them. And they even managed to split up the rest of the members of Atomus Harbors, knowing that there are just one or two more people. You know what? To get the map advantage, let's split them up. I'm a big racing, and I think that would be it. And Budala with the auto remaining here, trying to get any more frags.
Okay.
All the there low, but still got two though. So 1v1, 27 HP. I wonder if he would be able to push this out.
No time, no time. It's already the little circle has entered the center. He's able to deck and get his last one there, but the effort of Budala just needed a few
Just
more
withers
seconds.
away.
Switching
there.
sides.
Yes, you know, yan yung masakit. Yan yung hindi naman nakakatilt pero nakaka, you know, heartache no ng konti na parang, oh my God, so close yet so far. But well, tack pause right now. Oh my God, okay, I don't know if you guys see the chat, guys, but Wabak just typed good half. Relax. That so
Chill, dude.
you're winning. You don't gotta put that much salt. Maalat
Oh
na.
no. Tama na.
Pepper naman.
It's already freaking us. It's a freaking ocean here. Come on, chill, okay? At least spice na lang or paminta. Let's see what will happen. But I can't. Grabe, no? Yung naging ano nila doon sa just really wonderful talaga. Kasi they decided the last minute to go for the fake and even, you know, they juked or they broke their ankles in basketball terms. And talagang hindi nila in-expect din siguro for the side of the Thomas Harbons. But XC Crusaders just really getting cheeky with what they're doing. And they're really good at it. That Thomas Harbons are having a difficult time catching up because nagiging continuous yung pautakan na ginagawa ng XC Crusaders. And they're being successful in those kinds of plays. And napakahirap din sirain ng moral nila. Considering na nakikita natin kanina pa, they even got the knife in the first round. Isang beses naman, nag-tactical tibag sila and, you know, the front and back motion hindi mo maintindihan. But at the same time, talagang dire-diretso na. And you're feeling na it's napakahirap lang talaga sirain ng ganung type ng momentum morally and literally.
Yeah, very, very good to see a team that has that much energy. But I liked what I saw during the tactical pause. Thomas Harbons, maybe they don't, you know, it's a look, but they didn't look tilted. They were still talking, they were still communicating, and that's what you need. But unfortunately, already dropping one, that's a little tough for them, On the pistol round, though, Nana in the smoke is going for a couple of shots, but wow, FDM is also there too. They're just right-clicking them. These classics, they're just jumping, right-clicking them. They're teabagging in front of them. Oh my gosh, Exceed.
Oh my gosh, look at their smirks, dude. That's hella scary, not gonna lie. It just shows that they're really not just confident, they're, you know, it's not even called confident. No, it's not overconfident. It's just, basta kaya nila. Yun lang yun. Kaya ni Exceed. Exceed, that right now, 1-12. Landslide, tumbak. Ladies and gents, and everything in between. I don't even know how Exceed gathered enough energy for this.
The energy coming out of Exceed might be the game changer here, as backs against the wall is the PLM at almost Harbons trying to break through the wall of Nanat here on Hookah.
perched atop there as the heavy emphasis is going to come onto this long side. Shogun forced up. Well, you know, you got to force up, especially in this match point situation. But let's see if it's going to be enough here. Shogun gets two, though. That's not what you want, especially when you're rushing in. Nevertheless, though, Nana trying to make it happen here. Vipora was not checked, pushes through. Hookah is able to get an even keel man situation here, 3v3. And, well, the spike does go down for them, so it will be playing the post plant. One on Hookah, one on Elbow. I was gonna say 1 or 2, but he gets taken down. Vipora, they know where he is, but let's see if they know where Hwayugi is. F-Them, very disciplined, going for the check. No! Not enough! Because they swing out together. Vipora with 3, saying we're not gonna give it to you that easily. We're gonna make it 2 and 12 here. It is going to be the mountain to climb, but they're strapping on their boots here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if these Atomos Haribons are gonna soar up to
Oh my
the summit.
gosh. Okay. Humihinga. There's a pulse. There's a
Eh.
pulse. Really weak pulse. But let's see what will happen if kaya pa nila. And by the way, meron nag-ask dito, is AcadArena available for mobile gamers? So yes, it is available. And it's just onto your institution or organization, esport organization that is recognized by your institution for you to try out and even partake onto our tournaments, the NCO,
Yep.
ASUS, etc. But I guess your team here are 15th round and they're all in. Atomas Haribons are in, but Lubak will be getting the kill onto Daza, and that brings us to a 4v5. But oh no.
What, Blaze?
Oh no, my
What?
gosh!
He got a knife. Okay, knife return. There's the morale. Take that morale, guys. Oh, but the morale might not be enough. He gets taken down by Nanat. Vipora pushing him, though. Running, gunning with the Spectre. Needs to get a second here. Man advantage down. The right clicks are going his way. There are way too many. He runs out of bullets. Blaze swings out, gets one, swings to the other. Yow! He is able to hold the line. What a swing. What a swing and flick out of Blaze.
Blaze, you're a Blaze right now! What a wonderful play! And the way to end the round and even secure that score! Oh my gosh, here's the replay. Well deserved. You need a badge. You know, I give you medal. I give you medal, Blaze. And also Bipora, because Bipora, you know, they shut down Nanat. Nanat is really good.
Nanat scary. Nanat no.
Nanat scary, no? Nanat scary. Oh my god. Sheesh. I cannot
That-
breathe. I cannot breathe right now. It's just so hype and so much pressure I'm experiencing for both of the teams.
My heart
Oh
is
my
racing
gosh.
for both of these teams as they are guns up here on the side of Atomas Haribon. So they have strung some rounds together. The Trailblazer leading the way, and it will be a push onto the B side. Nana caught with his pants down. Budala good for 2, but gets pushed by Shogun. Dazai trades his partner out. The Cosmic Divide on the attacker side is also dropped as well, so just enough to get onto site. Really interesting strategy out from Vipora here,
One
understanding the
enemy
mastery of his agent, but the mastery of the bullet with Ayuga as he takes it down. Multiple people to deal with. His Dewey is good for 1, good for 2 with the jumping right, but Vipora takes him down as well. Coming alive here is the side of PLM. You love to see it. That tactical pause might have done it for him, and you can see them on the stream now, still talking, still winnable. They're not giving up, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't want them to. PLM still fighting hard in this game.
Yes, and that is the spirit that we would want. Like what you said, PLM is really good with that spirit na napalaban. Laban lang, despite the conflicts, the problems, kung ano man challenges, kaya, or, you know, lakad matatag in MOBA terms. But at the same time, let's see if that would be enough. 4-12, marami pa silang lalakbayan, malayo pa ang kanilang lalakarin. But that's parang maganda na eh. There's that glimpse of hope that you would need to offer that comeback. And not gonna lie, that would be possible. But let's see, paano mangyayari dito?
Daming ultimates na commit already on this game, and it's already led to a man advantage for the side of the Atomos Haribon. Seekers, Hunter's Fury, and everything in between, ladies and gentlemen. They have the site, they have a man advantage of 2. Wabak trying to find the retake pick for him, unable to clear out the lamps. But Vipora with his bat's position gets taken down. Wabak, you gotta come back big here, my friend, as Nana is also aggressing onto triple box, but the sprays don't go his way. Bale is able to get it, and Dazai checks Wabak onto lamps.
it is a sequence of rounds. Where was this? PLM, where was this during when it wasn't match point? I know, are you guys just
Confused.
are maybe they just they just wanted to feel the pressure a little bit and then it's like we'll give you a glimpse of hope, XC. No match point, then we're gonna take it away
That's
from you.
scary. Oh my.
7 rounds to go.
Yeah, 7 rounds ago. Imagine if that's their thought process. You know what, sige, yahan muna natin na si Exceed magpakasaya. And at the same time, kunin natin pabalik. Para magkaroon sila ng massive tilting. Para naman makabawi tayo dun sa knifing na ginawa nila in the tactical teabags that we received. Imagine kung ganun yung naiisip ni Thomas Harrimons, no?
Yun pala, sila ang nagma-mind games, hindi sila na-mind games, no?
Oh my.
But Wayugi here trying to get smoked off. There is going to be an entry here from the side of Dazai with the Showstar. Doesn't find it, but Wayugi is able to get Nanat on Hookah. Nanat down, ladies and gentlemen. Nanat down, as there is, however, going to be a bit of a lurk from SM. Only has a shorty in his hands. And is gonna be checked by Blaze. You're not gonna win that fight, buddy. I'm so sorry. And this is looking like it's going to be a halfway split, one half scoreline incoming with the 6-12. Dewey with the Spectre is all he's got, and now they know exactly where he is. Committing a bunch of utility and the push from Dazai. A flawless round, 6-12. What is that? Is that?
Let's go.
Is that 6 rounds in a row?
Yep,
For a
6 rounds in a row. Yes, yes.
In a whoa. His round in a whoa. That is friggin' amazing, you guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep the ball rolling.
Rather. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got their break point by the 10th.
Right. But
Yeah, 9th.
I mean, that's the issue though. Why you're always afraid of match point? You can find your win, but if you're match point, it just takes one lucky shot from the side of XU as the whoa, a very, very, very aggressive push from Exceed.
They want to end it now. Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, they're not there, so just leave it inside hole open for the side of Thomas Harrimons. Oh my god!
Sure. I mean, interesting fancy feat here as FM drops the Boombot. He's facing against 2 agents here on the bat side as the defensive seekers come out for the side of XC. They definitely have the positional advantage here as the push comes in. FM finds one. Dazai with the trade. Shogun looking to clear out left. Stick from Nanat here. Goes for the spray but doesn't get it.
Oh no!
The spray and prayers are not answered as Wabak takes down Dazai. 2v2 situation now. Goes for the swing out. Wabak on his lonesome. Can he end it? Not a lot of time. Blaze playing it patient right now. Goes for the swing. And it pays off.
Really? Good timing! Blaze! Blaze, oh my gosh, Kari! Nakapangbata ka, napakagaling mo! Oh my gosh!
I love that.
It's 7-12 na!
I love that.
The parkour from 0, 12 to 7, 12 real quick, hello?
The composure of Blaze
One ball
there,
pala.
you know, to not swing out until that perfect time. Shit. Sorry, not supposed to curse, but shit, you know. But that is some great play from the side of PLM, really waking up and showing that they are a top tier competitor. You know, as far as I'm, regardless of the result of this match, PLM has won over my heart multiple times over since season 2 pa yun. Medyo fan na ako ng PLM, of course. Tough situation you guys are in right now, but if there's a time for me to send my energy, you know, screw it. Desi buffing PLM 12-12 OT, let's go. I'm calling it right now.
Sheesh! Here we go! This is the round of buff coming in for the side of a Thomas Harrimons. I wonder how would that play out? And I guess that there's really been put out, and FM taking tremendous amount of damage from that, connecting the showstopper as well. Wayugi on the sidelines though will be getting one 4v4. The spike is about to be planted. Let's see if something else is about to unveil here. FM would be falling down. But oh no, what's already happening?
Oh my god, look at this. Learning from their enemies. Atomos makes the TP play, but Shogun is there for the content. They don't check him! Oh no! Shogun takes down Dazai when Wayugi as they jump out of Hookah. And they're split up. They're split up. Budale is on his own on B, gets hit by the recon as well.
to get on a 1v1 against Nana, but he's not looking. Goes for the TP. Ring around the Rosie, around the bind map, ladies and gentlemen. A site is on his own. You gotta come up big here. Vicbora, you got a multi-frag here, my friend, because it's all up to you. It's only gonna get one. Is there time for the spike? No, there wasn't. That's how it ends. No way.
That's how. Oh my gosh, that's really
Oh my
unfortunate.
God, I'm actually cursed. I'm actually cursed.
Oh no, the buff.
Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us here for Division B, and it ends on the clock. It ends on the clock. It's going down. That's a little anticlimactic. I'm not gonna lie. You know,
Yeah, it's
PLM
anticlimactic.
had a play there, which was really, really interesting. You know, TP back, TP forth, but the maneuvering of Exceed Crusaders was just top notch. That level of mastery of the bind map, I definitely like. Obviously, we talk about this match, but this series was dictated by Exceed's win in game number 1 against the comfort pick of PLM. Right, that set them up to win this round, and grabe napaka-dominant sila, especially those early on, nag-tactical teabag, nag-knife. I mean, it's just an amazing thing to see. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The final slot. We are confirmed going to have 2 prides of Mindanao going to the promotional tournament. We have MSU IIT's Excalibur IIT, and now Exceed Crusaders from Xavier University down
Oh
there.
my god.
Thank you guys for representing your region. That is so fantastic for you guys. And again, PLM, Haribons, you know, you've been there before. You got close this time around. We so hope that this isn't the end for your story.
Wait lang, wala akong masabi. Desiderata.
What?
Pakiramdam ko nanood ako ng Netflix series.
Oo
Kwento
nga,
ko siya.
oo nga.
Tapos ang ganda-ganda ng flow ng kwento, tapos biglang boom. Bagsak.
So you mean Game
Tas
of
yun na
Thrones?
yun.
So
Oh
you
my
mean Game of
gosh.
You're basically talking about Game of Thrones.
It's actually pretty similar. Yeah, not gonna lie.
But speaking of Game of Thrones,
Oh
I guess you could
my.
say the houses, the Division B houses showing up in the promotional tournament. Aside from the Prides of Mindanao, where we've mentioned, also we have Apex Tamaraws, FEU Alabang, and PUP's Pylum Diorium will be facing yung mga na-relegate from Division A, which are, checking it here, not off the top of my head, not on my notes right now, ladies and gentlemen, but that was just one hell of a game. We went from
Grabe.
back and forth, freaking 18-16 overtime to just a clean sweep from Exceed.
Yeah.
PLM showing that they're fighters, but ultimately couldn't get over the mountain.
Special mention kay Nanat, kay Blaze,
Yes.
kay Vipora. Yung tatlong yun.
Galing
Salute,
nila.
guys. Ang galing nyo. And by the way, meron dito nag-hi. Hi, Reynard! Anthony Giray. Ayan. But still, good pa rin actually. Kasi, it's just, sayang talaga. Kasi at this point in time, parang medyo nakita ko there's a glimmer of hope and there's a glimmer of fire that it's about to be ignited for the side of Pamantasan na Luzon ng Maynila at Tomos Harbors. But at the same time, hindi siya naging, alam mo yun, it's too late before it came in. And I hope that they would be able to change something with that, or, you know, at least at the next time, just muster the power and the courage to go in as early as possible. Kasi the more na mas maagan yung maagapan yon, or I mean, the more na mas maagan yung sinimulan, mas maagan yung maaagapan. And yeah, so I think it's just one heck of a game dito sa dalawang series natin. And what a way to end this night. Yeah.
Not just end the night, but ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up Season 3 Division B for us here. We'll see these teams at the promotionals, but there's still a lot of wonderful Valorant to be played, especially this coming Sunday with the playoffs of Division A, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be seeing that championship run. Once again, congratulations to all the teams that have made it through from Division B into the promotion, but to the teams that didn't, this is me, Desiderata, and with me is Mochi, and I guess all of the casters who have watched you guys and seen you guys grow. All of you are fantastic. And look, Division A, Division B,
don't mind that, alphabetical hierarchy. The level of skill and competence between the two divisions has never been closer. And at this point in time, you just got to keep banging your heads there, and you're going to punch through all the way to the top. But aside from that, this is what you get. This is what you get with AcadArena, the home of campus esports here in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. It has been an honor casting. It has been an honor to see it, to experience it with all of you guys at home. So please, 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 if there's ever a time to take pride in being a gamer, a student gamer, now's that time, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Desiderata, and this has been Mochi. Mochi, any final words for the audience before we send them off?
Well, of course, kain kayo ng dinner nyo, and I hope that all of you are doing well right now, considering that it's already past ngayon pa lang nagsa-start ng schools nila, and yung iba in the midterms na. I hope that you
Yes.
guys are doing well, and please, please, please always hydrate yourselves and eat, and maligo lang, nasa maintain that healthy lifestyle, because at the same time, I think I'm personally struggling with my mental thoughts now, and I'm just giving this positive energy then to
Right.
somehow lift myself up and you guys up. So, kapit lang, laban tayo.
Laban lang.
And like what Desiderata said, you know what? Yung mga sinasabi namin dito, it's not just limited in the esports scene. It's
Yes.
even applied to the real life as well. So, galingan nyo sa kung anong ginagawa niyo and where your fancy is, your passion is, your interest, or kung ano yung dinededicate nyo yung mga efforts nyo in. And we hope that you eventually receive the victory that you want. And message. How about you?
The victory that you want, that you deserve, I guess, before we close it out,
Yeah.
thank you to our sponsors, Globe Telecom, Twitch Student, ASUS ROG, and Logitech G. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. But I do think that wraps it up for us here. Don't go anywhere when it comes to Campus Valorant. We got a great show for you on Sunday, but for now, take care of each other, and don't forget that you are a child of the universe, just like the trees and the stars. You got a right to be here. This has been Desiderata and Mochi signing off. Good night.